the Windy City Gay Chorus and Treble Choir performing the national anthem tonight here on Pride Night at Wrigley Field. As we approach the top of the hour, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, we are 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM and HD1 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The national anthem sponsored by the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Centers and Thrift Stores, fueling recovery, hope, and second chances. Cubs hosting Colorado, the opener of a 3-game set. Who Are You Banking On is sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Michael Busch, who's batting .324 during a 20-game on-base streak. The pitching matchup sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Shota Imanaga starting for the Cubs. The lefty is 4-6 with a 4.44 ERA through 5 scoreless innings last Wednesday in Colorado. Right-hander Michael Lorenzen going for the Rockies, 2-8. A 7.54 ERA, but he held the Cubs to just 1 run on 2 hits in 5 innings last week at Coors Field. It's time for baseball at Wrigley Field. Cubs, Rockies, Pat, Ron, next on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering every Cubs game all season long. Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, middays 10 to 2.
Throws on the first and just does get Kendall. He doesn't agree with that call. Now it comes Lloyd McClendon again. And now Lloyd McClendon has been tossed.
And he just kicked some dirt and he's upset. And he's going to pull first base out and take it with him.
He's walking away with the first base bag. And I guess he's just going to walk off with it to the delight of this crowd. Two-run double.
It's time for the great mascot race. Here's the pitch. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Look at them go, folks. The crowd is going wild. It's the home stretch. It's too close to call. Here's the play at the plate. It's pause. Congratulations. You won the great mascot race.
Bohm cuts it off, spins, throws, one hopper dug out by Harper.
A sparkling play from J.P. Crawford.
Peters on the run!
Bobbles and he makes a barehanded catch.
Riley Green leaves his feet. He'll leap and make the catch. Smack time.
On the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Gone! 3-run homer. Ian Happ is going to be gone. 3-run homer. Pete Crow Armstrong. Now Bush drives one in the air. This ball's got a chance. Gone. This is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on the Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by the Volvo XC90, Benny's Beverage Depot, Benjamin Moore, Grand Appliance, James Hardy Building Products, Laturo Tire, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, Old National Bank, Sea Glass Wine, Sloan, Southwest Airlines, Xfinity, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's time for game 1 of this 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Colorado Rockies. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. It's a beautiful mid-June evening at the friendly confines. 72 degrees. Lots of blue skies, a few harmless clouds hanging around. perfect conditions for the opener of this series. The starting pitchers, Shota Imanaga, the left-hander going for the Cubs, Michael Lorenzen, a big right-hander starting for Colorado. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Bouncer to first. Bacher slipped and fell on the mound. He just fell.
He just slipped.
Elise, is that you?
Oh, I didn't go to journalism school for nothing.
Oh, man. That guy's all right. He got a baseball. He's got a headache.
Twins game at 1:10, wedding at 4:30.
Miles fouls the ball, loses the bat. It's caught in the on-deck circle by Alex Call.
Miles will get a little more high charge.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Gorman ahead in the count. Cardinals down 5. Swing and a drive. That's a mammoth shot for Gorman. A long home run over the bullpen.
No, that was a pretty easy swing by Gorman, and that ball went way over the Cardinals bullpen in right field. He has tremendous power.
Get a good pitch to hit. When you do, don't miss it. Nolan didn't.
443-foot shot by Nolan Gorman all over it. Deep right field for Gorman. He got all of it.
Hit on a line, down in left center field, and the Blue Jays have walked it off. The rookie, Valenzuela's the hero. Toronto comes back in the bottom of the ninth to win it 3-2.
Freeman to center field, a base hit. Number 2,500 in his career. The first major league hitter in 7 years to reach this mark.
Another homer by Matt Olson. His second home run tonight, and it is his 19th of the season, his 50th RBI.
CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated.
It's game time, and that makes it the perfect time for a Flight by Yuengling. Just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories of packed flavor. Flight is the next generation light beer from the oldest brewery in America. Look for Flight wherever you buy beer. And Patrick, Cubs coming off a winning series in San Francisco. Ran into a tough pitcher last night, but it looks like the offense, the last game in Colorado and then in San Fran, kind of turning the corner a little bit. They need to do that here at the friendly confines.
Cubs did lose 2 of 3 in the Rocky Mountains to this same Colorado team. Cubs saw their 3-game winning streak end yesterday. Let's see if they can start a new one here tonight. We thank you for joining us. Zach Zaidman working alongside. Rich Wyatt is our excellent engineer. And the first pitch by Shota Imanaga is in there for a strike, and away we go. 72 degrees at Wrigley. Gorgeous night. Sponsored by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Low and in 1-1. Ron, as you think about Imanaga facing these Rockies, what's on your mind?
Well, I think first and foremost, you got to talk about the weather here at Wrigley Field. The wind is blowing out hard to straightaway center field. It has been a little on the gusty side, but it has been blowing out all day, and the ball is flying. That, to me, says split finger. He needs to be very effective with the split and probably use it quite a bit more than he does on a normal day.
With the theory being you need more strikeouts in a night like tonight?
More strikeouts, and I think the split induces more ground balls if it's put in play than the fastball with the fly ball.
2-2 on the leadoff hitter, Willie Castro. He had a huge day yesterday in Las Vegas. He takes high and inside. Would you believe this little man had 7 RBIs in Las Vegas yesterday, Ron? Ironically, he had never had more than 3 RBIs in a game. And he more than doubled that. Here's a line drive over the head of a leaping Bregman down the left field line, a base hit. Backhanded by Happ, and he holds Castro to a single. So it's a leadoff base hit, and the batter is Tyler Freeman.
Confidence is a crazy thing, right? And you have a day like that, you come in and the bat seems lighter, you seeing the ball better. That was some ball game they had yesterday in Las Vegas.
The unlikely final score was 23-9 in favor of Colorado. Here's Tyler Freeman, right-handed batting right fielder, showing bunt and takes a strike. When the conditions are real favorable for hitting, you don't see a lot of bunting.
No, I'm kind of surprised. Freeman, you play in Colorado and then you take batting practice here with the wind blowing out. That wouldn't be something I'd be looking to do.
Low and inside, the ball gets away from Ballesteros, but not very far. Holding it first is Castro. 72 delightful degrees. Game time temp sponsored by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Just ideal weather here at Wrigley tonight. Big crowd on hand, no surprise there. Swing and a miss. 1-2. What do you like on 1-2?
So far, he's gone with a lot of fastballs. So we'll see if he goes with the split or if he sticks with some high gas and tries to blow it past Freeman.
Swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball. And that's out number one. Strikeout number one for Shota Imanaga. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. No score, one away. A man at first, and the batter, T.J. Rumfield.
A good location with that fastball on the outside corner, about mid-thigh. 92 miles an hour, so it was a good heater for Shota.
First left-handed batter of the game takes a strike. Rumfield hitting .280. Cubs in their home whites, the blue pinstripes all over, blue hats, numbers, sleeves, and socks. The lead at first by Castro on a toss over. Chases him back. Rockies have the distinctive purple, dark purple shirts and black numbers on their backs. Gray trousers, black hats, and socks. Lefty to lefty, Shota coming back. Rumfield fouls it away, 0-2. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore.
Shota, but primarily I think he's thrown one breaking ball so far. It's been all fastballs. Speed gun today powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. It's topped out at 92 miles an hour with the heater here in this inning.
The 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Blocked skillfully by Ballesteros. The home plate umpire is James Hoy. He is also the crew chief of this quartet. Willie Traynor, the umpire at first. Down at second, John Libka, Libka. You don't see that combination of BK back-to-back in too many names or words. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just a little bit high, 2-2. DJ Rayburn is the third base umpire. An announcement of the umpire sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Most of the field is in the shade. Center field is still in the sun. Here's a ground ball slowly hit. Shota gloves it over toward third and throws to first. Good play to get him. Imanaga had to scamper off that hill and run over toward third. Grabbed it. Didn't panic, Ron, and made a good throw.
The one thing I like is Shota understanding who's hitting and the positioning of his fielders, because if you have normal positioning, that would be the third baseman's ball. He'd make that play easily. But understanding that Bregman is playing out where the shortstop's at, there's nobody home at third base, so Shota had to go over and make that play, and made it very well.
2 down. Castro did advance to second on the play. And now the cleanup man, Hunter Goodman. He's their best hitter. Certainly their best power hitter with 20 home runs. 2 of those came yesterday in Las Vegas. One reason it was such a high-scoring game yesterday, they had scorching 101-degree weather at game time in Nevada. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss by Goodman. Goodman had a pretty decent day, Ron. I would say 5 for 6, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs.
Yeah, ho-hum.
Yep, you'll take that.
That'll get you singing Viva Las Vegas when you're leaving town.
Or I wish I was staying in Las Vegas.
Yeah, no doubt.
The lead at second by Castro. Shota glances back and brings it. The ball popped up. Foul over toward the first base dugout area and back out of play.
In talking to some of the people about yesterday's game with Colorado and then just doing a little research, the ballpark in Las Vegas that is being built currently will be a retractable roof stadium. So I would assume with all these hot days they get, the roof will be closed and it will not play, like you're playing in Williamsport. It'll play like a normal big league ballpark.
Goodman takes outside. It's 2-2. They've had some big scores and big games. Walk away empty-handed. We go to the bottom of the first. 0-0 game on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on 104.3 The Score and the Cubs radio network.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? During the
MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans. And while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
Tying run at first, winning run at the plate. Lined into right field. Jack Cuss, they're going to send him. No, they stop him. And Cuss falls down. And he's going to run down. Aaron Boone.
There's nobody at home plate. And Jack Cuss lost his footing. Nobody was at home. Unbelievable.
Taken out of the game as a pitcher, but the Ohtani rule allows him to.
The announcement of the umpires we gave you, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. The Cubs leadoff man is Pete Crow Armstrong as he steps in. And it's presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Pete gets a hit. He will take inside for a ball. Benny's will donate $200 to service dog charities. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Pete's been on base now in 18 straight games with either a hit, a walk, or a hit by pitch. Michael Lorenzen, Ron, we just saw him last week in Colorado. What's the plan against him?
Well, he's going to, he throws a lot of balls in the middle of the plate. He had a lot of success against the Cubs in Colorado, and I really believe, if you remember this ball game, we talked about how difficult it was to see in Colorado on that day. I thought both pitchers' first 4 innings really benefited from the sun around home plate.
Swinging a drive, deep right center, back toward the wall. It's got a chance. Gone. Pete Crow Armstrong, a long home run. Cubs lead 1-0. Just to the right of dead center. It's a good night to hit. That might not be his only homer of this game.
Well, we just talked about it. Lorenzen throws a lot of balls in the middle of the plate. And that one was in the middle, and Pete didn't miss it. Hit it about halfway up the bleachers, just to the right of the 400-foot marker. Long home run, and the Cubs take the lead.
It's another $200 courtesy of Benny's Beverage Depot to service dog charities. Number 13 for PCA. And here's Alex Bregman taking low and away. Lorenzen has not had a great year by any standard. He is 2-8 with a 7.54 ERA. Chopper toward third and foul off the bat of Bregman. Now, part of that, Ron, to be very honest, is that he pitches half of the games at Coors Field.
Yeah, I don't disagree. It's one of those situations where you can have a bad 2 innings or 3 innings, and it can affect your ERA for a month.
Bregman now takes low, but he has allowed a staggering number of hits, 102 hits in just 65 innings of work. Opponents are hitting .349 against him. There's a chopper foul. So you can't blame all of that on the ballpark in which you're working.
Not at all. You know, the thing he benefited from is the swing and miss. Him and Shota each had 7 strikeouts in that game. And I looked at the film again this morning from that game, and a lot of chase on the slider down below the zone like that last one.
Bregman takes low, 3-2.
Between the slider and the changeup, I just don't think guys were seeing the ball well. I think that's going to be a different story here tonight at Reagular.
Cubs lead 1-0 on PCA's 13th homer of the year. The 3-2 pitch to Bregman. Wrapped on the ground, base hit to center. First 2 Cubs have hits, and the batter, Michael Busch. Bregman with a single. And I know that he's been trying to drive the ball, Ron. I know that's one of the reasons why the Cubs signed him to a long-term, lucrative contract. But a guy like that is such a good pure hitter. You want to see him get his share of singles as well.
Well, and I think, when you kind of simplify and shorten things up as far as the swing goes, and all of a sudden you just start putting the barrel on the baseball, good things are going to happen. That's what he did there. He just hit a hard 2-hopper through the middle of the diamond.
Here's Michael Busch. He's been on base with a hit, walk, or hit by pitch 20 consecutive games. Michael swings and chops it foul. Busch at .253. 8 home runs, 42 driven in. Those are decent numbers, considering it's game 73, still including this game, 9 more before the exact midway point. So he's on a pace to drive in 90 runs, and you feel like he hasn't really gotten red hot yet.
Yep, and that's where he was last year. 90 runs driven in and over 30 home runs.
Here comes the 0-2 now to Busch. Swinging a chopper foul.
Michael is one of those players that doesn't ask or search out much attention, and he just kind of goes about his business day after day and kind of plays a quiet game, but it's not quiet when you're 30 and 90.
Fastball, strike 3 called on the inside corner. Busch caught looking. 1 away, 1 on, a run in. And the batter now is Seiya Suzuki.
That pitch called a strike. He could have challenged it, and he would have been correct. The pitch was up, but just barely by, probably half a baseball.
Suzuki hitting .255. He takes outside for a ball. Seiya has hit safely in 10 consecutive games. Did not play yesterday. He left the Saturday game in San Francisco with a little bit of a sore knee. And now the pitch to Seiya, in there for a strike.
Yeah, we talked to Craig Counsell about that today. It's something he's going to have to deal with for a little while. He's got a little bit of swelling in his knee, and you're going to, aggravate it from time to time now. But, it was good enough where he could at least DH today.
Seiya takes low and away. Think about the knee. It started back in the World Baseball Classic when he was playing for Japan. That's where his knee issues really began this season, Ron, back in March.
Yeah, he missed the entire first part of the season because of it.
Seiya bangs it foul over the screen. Cubs lead 1-0. Great crowd. I do not see any empty seats as we look around. I see rooftoppers across Sheffield and Waveland Avenues. It's going to get loud tonight here. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the best fastball that Lorenzen has thrown so far. He threw it right by him. Back-to-back strikeouts. And here's Ian Happ. Cubs lead 1-0 in the first.
First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Happ, a left-handed batter, 16 home runs. And the pitch to Ian, low and inside for a ball.
Now, feel like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch. Now, Zach was on a roll. He had a 3-game roll feeling like a Bosch. He was Bosching. Partner, do you feel like Bosching tonight? You got a prediction today?
Swing and a miss by Happ. 1-1. Zach is contemplating responding.
Well, Zach, we lost yesterday, and so he is out. You are in.
Oh, it's my turn to box.
Yeah. Zach was on a 3-game win streak. He lost yesterday.
Swing and a miss by Happ.
So, by rules of the judge, being me, he's out, you're in.
Darn good rules, Ron.
Well, if he kept winning,
strikes.
he could have kept Bosching, but he's out.
Are those rules subject to change at any time?
Whenever I decide, yeah.
That's what I thought. Here's a high fly ball, left center field, back toward the warning track with room, and making the catch is Carrig. He was right in front of the 368 sign when he hauled it in. The ball is definitely going to carry tonight. It carried for Pete Pearl Armstrong, who led off the first with a home run. We go to the second inning. Cubs 1, Rockies nothing on the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Molly and Hawk.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field.
Yeah.
You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
And a call, strike 3. Change up right down the chute.
Watch his bite on this ball. Whee! Right at the bottom of the zone.
Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Sanchez.
Well, that changeup rears its ugly head again, this time to Haggerty, and see how far out in front he was of that one.
Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Sanchez. He's mixed it in all his pitches. And he picks up another K.
Diving stop at short by McGonigal. Pops up, throws, got him! Suzuki! And Sam makes the catch.
Adama scoops, spin, 1 hop.
Can help your kitchen and laundry room perform like an all-star. And with fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day, Grand makes it easy to upgrade your home with the latest appliance innovations. Shop grandappliance.com or one of their 12 Chicagoland locations to learn more. That's Grand Appliance, Chicago's hometown appliance leader since 1930.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Top 2, Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Rockies. The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. Pat?
Ezequiel Tovar will lead off this second inning, hitting .218. Shotam missing inside on the first pitch. Here's the 1-0. Low and inside for a ball, 2-0. Getting back to Colorado's victory yesterday over the Athletics in Las Vegas. The 23 runs they scored was a club record, and for a team that plays 81 games at Coors Field, that's saying something. Here is a swing and a foul off to the right and out of play.
I would agree to that.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was 101 degrees, and the 23 runs were the most by any single big league team this year in any one ball game. No surprise there. Swinging a foul back by Tovar, 2-2.
There's just nothing fun about that game because it's not like a big league baseball game. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And you get some pitchers that are going to wear it because of that, and that's not right. I just don't think that's right.
Here's a high pop fly, should be playable for Bush. Foul territory near the coaching box. He's got it. And that's out number one. Well, I'm sure there are some fans who think, oh, boy, that's really cool. 23 runs. Well, you're not pitching.
Yeah, there's nothing good about that, a game like that. There really isn't. And that's not what we want to have. It's almost embarrassing to our game to have games like that.
That's not really a big league total of runs that should ever be scored. Right?
No, I agree. Yeah, I'm not a fan at all. I mean, everybody loves if you're the hitter and your stats take off and you have these massive days, but that's really not what our game is about.
Swing and a miss by Cole Carrig. We saw Carrig in Denver last week get his first big league hit. It was a triple. He's a switch hitter hitting .250. The Rockies are 18 games below 500, but they have actually improved quite a bit over a year ago when they were dreadful. Here's a high pop-up foul and off to the right and out of play.
Yeah, you can see they've got some young players that can play the game. That's for sure. Now we've got that feel like a Bosch prediction. You got a prediction? Have you thought about it?
I'm going to say that Pete Crow Armstrong will hit one more home run at least in this game. Swing and a miss, strike three. Carrig chasing a high hard one. And down he goes. Second strikeout for Shota Imanaga. Cubs lead 1-0. Two down here in the second inning, and the batter Jake McCarthy.
Boy, high gas. That ball, Carrig, that ball's shoulder high that he chased up out of the zone.
The lights are on here at Wrigley. Tonight's game powered by ComEd. McCarthy takes a strike. Lefty against lefty. Bregman in on the grass at third. Shota, a little left-hander, kicks and fires. In there for a strike. I get an enjoyment watching Shota. It's almost like he poses for a picture right in the middle of his windup.
Yeah, he does.
He lifts his leg and then freezes. It's his right leg. He lifts it, and this time he worked faster. And he made a liar out of me, and the pitch is fouled away.
Well, no, but I think he does do it a lot. But I think what he does is it's a timing thing for him and a balance thing. But it also is a situation where it throws the hitter's timing off, as they're getting ready to hit.
There's that little pause, and the pitch. Big chop to a charging Horner at second. Waits for the second bounce and cannot get the speedy McCarthy at first. It's really the only play that Nico had. He just couldn't get there to grab it on the first big bounce. And McCarthy can really run.
Yes, ball's chopped right in the front edge of home plate. Nico gets this ball, puts it in the glove like a quick transfer and throw, but I don't know if there was anything Nico could have done to have thrown out McCarthy at first.
2 outs and a man at first. Here's Kyle Karros, son of former Cub and big league ball player Eric Karros. And the pitch to Kyle swung on and missed.
Defensive alignment tonight. That's sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling, handle. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Ian Happ and Pete very deep in center and left with that wind blowing out.
The 0-1 to Karros. Instead of throwing to first, and they got him picked off. Great move by Shota Imanaga. He picks off Jake McCarthy at first. And Shota waited to see if the Rockies were going to challenge his move. They did not, nor did they challenge the call at first.
Taylor going back in front of the wall, makes the catch and bangs into it.
Rayleigh back, he's at the track, he's at the wall, and he makes the catch.
And it's hit towards third, caught by Bohm. Ball rattled a bit in his glove, but he hangs on.
Ball on the ground at third. Okamoto dives to stop it. He'll go to the plate and get the lead runner Bohm.
Coming on, Don. He's got to hurry. He slides and makes the play. Beautiful defense out in center.
Slaps one to right field and a diving catch by Nathan Lucas.
And he hits it up the middle behind
9-second. Caught by Rocchio. Dive, steps through. Double play. What a play by Rocchio.
Grounded to Suarez on the backhand. Fair. Positioned perfectly. And they retire Bogarts.
Back goes Lyle. Back goes Cruz on the warning track. Both there. They collide, and Cruz caught the ball.
A line drive. Diving catch by Geller. On the ground, backhanded by Williams. Quick release. Throw to first. Dug out by Kurtz. They got him.
Flash in the leather.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
To your favorite band.
Or tickets to your favorite band in Miami.
Boom. Now you're talking.
Earn up to us.
And here's Will Smith. A chance to hand out a present on his birthday. Smith drills one.
For valid through June 30th, 2026. Member FDIC.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
Elevate your next outing on the Euro Suite level. All-inclusive private suites start at 8 guests for select games. For details, visit Cubs.com/premier. Huh?
Nico Horner leads off this second inning. First pitch was a ball. This one is in there for a strike. Nico is going to get hot here pretty soon. That's another Bosch prediction that I'm going to make. He is simply too good of a hitter, Ron, to be hitting 240 at any time.
I would agree. Nico is one of the elite contact and guys spray hitters in our game. And, he was hovering around 300 for quite a while and gone into the skid a little bit. See if he gets back on track of just trying to just hitting line drives back through the middle.
He takes strike three called. Nico taking a third strike, and that's out number one. But if you're a hitter, Ron, this is the time you want to be playing games at Wrigley Field. It's the middle of June. It'll be nice and warm most days between now and about September the 15th. So this is the time you can earn your living.
Yeah, you wanna be in a lineup now. It's wind blowing out. It's going to be warm here in Chicago.
Moises Ballesteros takes outside. Pitch on the way to the left-handed batter. Inside ball 2. Okay, here's one for you and Zach. No Googling allowed. Without looking, what big league team has the best record in the month of June? Pitch is down low for a ball. It's 2-0. I said no Googling, Zach.
The month of June.
It would have been about my 28th pick. So it's an unusual pick. 3-1 now on Moises. You guys want to take a crack at it? Please, not both at once.
Yeah, I was giving Zach a chance.
Now the 3-1 pitch on the way to Ballesteros. Hit on the ground right side. Diving backhand stop by Rumfield, and he feeds the ball to Lorenzen in time. Pretty good play by Rumfield. Lorenzen did his job covering the bag. Score that one 3-1. 2 down on the batter, Matt Shaw.
So I'm guessing, obviously, it's not like Atlanta or one of the lead teams.
You're right.
Yep.
Would you believe? I'm going to get Zach. Do you want to take a crack?
The White Sox?
That's a good guess, but not the right answer. Would you believe the Miami Marlins?
Wow, no, I would
not. They are 10-2 here in the month of June. That's the best of the 30 big league clubs. Just another example of the unpredictability of this amazing game. Here's the 0-1. It's low and outside for a ball. 1-1. First of 6 on the homestand. Yeah.
Wow.
Here's the 1-1. Fastball away to Matt Shaw. We'll take a look at a little baseball history a bit later on. wrote down June 15 on my scorecard. And for a long time, Ron, this was a very significant day in the sport of Major League Baseball. This was the trading deadline day, June 15th. And you had to make your decisions early before the midway point of the year. Here's a bouncing ball toward the middle, base hit. 2-out single, Matt Shaw. And it brings up Dansby Swanson. But we'll get back to the baseball history later on. I'm not sure when they changed the deadline from the middle of June to the very end of July. But it's been, I would say, within the last 25 or 30 years.
Yeah, I think it was before I was drafted, and that was 1987. So I think it was before that.
Okay. So it's been a while.
It's been a little while, yeah.
There's Dansby Swanson taking a strike.
Zach, now you can use the Google machine.
1986.
1986, I told you.
Very good. A whole year before your draft.
I would not have guessed that.
Short lead by Shaw. He's got a good lead. And he'll be chased back to the bag.
Lorenzen has a good move to first for a right-hander. He's a very quick feet, really good athlete. But I think Lorenzen's a little on the slower side to home plate, too. See if Shaw takes off.
Pitch to Dansby. Curveball away. 1-1. Swanson desperately trying to get his swing to create some base hits. He's hitting 179. Slightly open stance. And the 1-1 pulled foul on the ground toward third. 1-2.
Yeah, for Dansby, it's one of those things. He's kind of, he's grinding away at this thing. He's in a, he's a guy that's been a very productive hitter, and he's just in a slump right now.
Takes outside 2-2.
Yeah, and the league has been pounding the Cubs right-handed hitters with breaking balls, and I mean at a record pace. Cubs right-handed hitters are seeing more breaking balls than any other group of hitters in the league. So he's going to have to hit the breaking ball eventually.
Swing and a miss. Strike three ends the inning. Cubs don't score. We go to the third. Cubs lead 1-0 on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Craig Counsell. Sandy Alcantara, he has delivered 7 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. One of the better starts that we've seen from Sandy recently.
Going back is Melendez and makes a diving grab.
That's as fine a play as you're going to see from an outfielder.
Deep fly, right center, and he got it! Owen Casey!
Big Red might have just pulled a homer away from Cedric Mullins.
Line drive, off the glove, Tigers win! Kevin McGonigal delivers!
The Tigers walk it off! Hot shot, fair ball, he's got it! It's a triple for Benj. What an afternoon for the kid. 5 for 5 for Carson Benj.
Have a day.
Beer, and more beer. Hey!
It's like Jenga. Broken bat for Freeland. Ball to second. Corner boots it. Everybody's safe. Whatever superstition you have, you're employing it right now.
Not sure why that was Chargers' ball, and he misjudged it.
He literally has a shirt that says "Dump Here."
He's got a 62 shirt.
That's pretty awesome. That's just impressive preparation.
Top 3 at Wrigley Field. Cubs 1, Rockies nothing. Partly cloudy, 71 degrees, wind blowing out. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Pat?
Kyle Karros will lead off this third inning. Big, strong right-handed batter. Similar build to his father, Eric. Kyle hitting .246, 3 home runs. Big, tall, strong right-handed batter takes an off-speed pitch for a strike, 1-2. Cubs got their run, a leadoff home run by Pete Crow Armstrong in the first. Caro swings and misses. Just getting started in this 3-game series. 3 straight night games here at Wrigley. Now Shota ready for the 1-2 pitch to Caros. Lifted foul off to the right, out of play. 7:05 tomorrow night and Wednesday night. Edward Cabrera pitching for the Cubs tomorrow night against Ryan Feltner. Javier Assad on Wednesday night against Sean Sullivan. Sullivan, a left-hander. Caros pulls a one-hopper to third. Nice play by Bregman. Gloves it cleanly on one hop and throws him out. That was not routine. Good play.
Yeah, a little top spinner, you know, and it hits about 3 feet in front of Bregman. So the ball's going to hit the first hop with that top spin and really explode. Bregman does the smart thing as third base. You stay right in front of that ball and you kind of cradle it right into your midsection, which he did. And made a very nice catch on a tough play and a good throw.
Fulford drives one to deep left. Back goes Happ in the corner, makes the catch. Deep fly. Happ angling over toward the foul pole in the left field corner area. Caught that ball on the track, and that's out number 2.
Fulford was on that fastball. He hit it right off the end of the bat, and that's what kept it in the ballpark. I like what Shota's doing, though. He's throwing a lot of fastballs here early in the ball game. And what that's going to do, the second and third go around through this lineup, you know, that split's going to be very effective.
Ron, he pitched 5 shutout innings in Denver back on June 10. He had no decision in a 3-2 Cubs loss, but he pitched well. Line drive, left field, base hit toward the line. Over to backhand the ball near the sidewall is Happ and hold him to a single. Very good play by Ian.
I'd try a different location against Castro. He's hooked 2 balls down the left field line. Ian's made 2 good plays to keep him at first base. This third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union. People in your corner stand up for you wherever you go. That's Consumers Credit Union.
2 down, a man at first. Tyler Freeman, the batter. And he'll poke one foul off to the right, out of play. Almost all of the field now is in the shade. Only a little bit of area in deep right center is in sunlight. Lights have been turned on. Beautiful mid-June evening. Here's the 0-1. Way outside for a ball, 1-1. Willie Castro takes his lead at first. Now the pitch on the way. That's going to be in there for a strike. 1-2. What do you like here, Ron?
I like the split. Let's see him start this second go around through the lineup. With the wind blowing out the way it is, you know, the Rockies have seen a lot of fastballs. See if he incorporates the split for the strikeout.
And the 1-2. Lifted to right. Toward the line, should be playable for Shaw. He's got it to end the inning. No runs on a hit, a man left. Middle of inning number 3. Cubs 1, Colorado nothing.
Here's Schwarber. Schwarber grounded out his first time up. That ball's crushed deep to right field. Hernandez doesn't even move. It is long gone. It's off the roof of the pavilion in right field. Kyle Schwarber, his first postseason home run of the year. It's his 22nd of his career. And with a lightning strike, the Phillies tie it up at 1.
Well, I would say Kyle's second time through, I like the approach.
Wow. Well, the first home run for the Phils this postseason.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Joining us tonight celebrating the OC bobblehead. It's time now for the start.
For full details.
Pete Crow Armstrong's on deck for the Cubs. On Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
All right, Zach. Pete Crow Armstrong will lead off this third inning. He led off the first with a home run, and he takes high for a ball. Pete now with 13 homers, 34 runs batted in. Shallow at third is Karros. Here's a drive to left, foul and out of play, 1-1.
My Pete got a pretty good breaking ball to hit there. That stayed up and out over the plate. Maybe not quite up, but out over the plate. Put a big swing on it and fouled it off.
Now the 1-1. Pete takes a little bit high for a ball, 2-1.
I like his approach right now. You know, he's been on a roll, but the approach is back through the middle.
Takes a strike here, 2-2.
You know, you don't see a lot of those hooked foul balls that we saw earlier in the year. You're seeing, you know, even foul balls off the other way at times, you know, where he's letting this ball carry a little deeper. And now he's, you know, because he's got a great swing and he's got great power for a guy that's not a huge guy. There it is.
He drives one in the air, deep right center, back toward the wall. This ball is going to be off the wall and bouncing back toward the infield. Pete racing around second. He's got a triple. He just missed a home run. Carrick, the center fielder, made a leaping try and missed. The ball then bounced past the right fielder Freeman. So Pete now with a homer and a triple in his first two at-bats.
That couldn't have missed the basket by more than inches. It hits the top of the garage door, the hefty garage door, way up at the top. So it had to just miss the front edge of the basket. It hit the wall and then bounced back. So Pete with a triple.
Bregman hits a ground ball to third, fielded by Karros, and he throws to first in time. One down. Crow Armstrong still at third. I've always thought that Pete is a perfect example of a guy who is capable of hitting a cycle in any big league game. And this might be the night.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You know, now he's got the triple out of the way. You know, there's no doubt he can do that.
Michael Busch, the batter. One away, infield in. Infield in, Rob. What's your at-bat like here?
What you want to do is you want to try to stay to the middle of the diamond and drive this ball up and not fall into the trap of rolling over on a ground ball or a changeup to the second baseman or first baseman.
Busch takes high, 2-0. Suzuki on deck. Cubs lead 1-0. A runner at third with one away in the bottom of this third inning.
I would always wait in my at-bat until I got a ball away from me in this situation.
This one is just outside, ball 3. Green light on 3-0.
I would say yes. The wind's blowing out. If he gets a good pitch to hit, why not?
Lorenzen working from the stretch. Crow Armstrong leading in foul territory at third. The pitch. Busch will take a strike off speed.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball, 3-0.
Now 3-1. RBI opportunity for Bush, who has 42 ribbies right now. And the pitch. Inside, almost hit him. It did hit him. And Bush will take his base. Not sure where it got him. Lower leg somewhere, possibly. It's a hit by pitch. Runners at first and third. Bush does not appear to be shaken up. And the batter, Seiya Suzuki.
I don't think Lorenzen was all that keen on pitching to Michael Bush. I think him hitting him in the thigh didn't bother him a bit. I think he was just as soon face another righty and try to get a ground ball either to third or short, maybe turn a pair.
Now the infield is back against Suzuki, and Seiya takes inside, ball one.
Cleanup hitters. They're sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Samsung kitchen today, grandappliance.com.
Wind blowing out toward right and right center. Seiya swings and misses. He got fooled, did not take one of his better swings and chased a pitch in the dirt. It's 1-1. Right fielder not real deep, which kind of surprises me. That's Freeman.
Wind blowing out hard once again to straightaway center.
Seiya will hit a drive into shallow right down the line. That ball might be tough to catch. It lands foul. Untouched. A trio of Rockies. Castro, the second baseman, Rumfield, the first baseman, and Freeman, the right fielder, all in pursuit. Nobody was close to catching it, but it landed foul by about 2 feet.
I thought the wind was going to blow that ball back into fair territory. There are days with the wind blowing in, that ball would have been 5 rows deep in the seats. That time it landed about 5 feet foul.
Cubs with a man at first and third, one away. And Suzuki swings and fouls it at the plate. There's certain plate appearances, Ron, where if you're a middle of the order hitter, you simply have to put the ball in play.
Yeah, Suzuki knows it too. He knows he saw a slider to hit, and that last one was a curveball, and he fouled it off. See if he can drive one in the middle of the field.
Fastball away. Lorenzen tried a little crossfire fastball that just missed the outside edge. 2-2.
Lorenzen is almost falling down after almost all of his pitches.
Runners lead first and third. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Suzuki is out number 2. And it's up to Ian Happ.
That's two-seam fastball. This one's in the middle of the plate. 94 miles an hour. Suzuki, I think, had breaking ball in the back of his mind, and it threw that one past him.
Carl Armstrong led off the inning with a triple. He is still at third with 2 down. Bush the runner at first, and here's Ian Happ. And a pitch to Ian, swinging a ground ball, foul. Foul at first. Rumfield made a nice diving stop, but it was foul by less than a foot.
Yeah, he catches this ball, glove right next to the bag in foul territory.
Sometimes, Ron, we talk about overall game momentum. There are certain at-bats that seem more significant than others. I would put this one in that category right now. Happ fly to the warning track in center his first time. Runners lead first and third. Big crowd a little quiet all of a sudden. And the set for the 0-1. And Happ will take outside. It's 1-1. Getting close to a station break. Pass one along if we can comfortably slot it in. And now we're going to pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
The runner goes. Happ hits a fly ball into shallow right center. Playable for Freeman, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs squander a leadoff triple and walk away with no runs. We go to the fourth. Cubs 1.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive. Superman. Hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game. The pitcher hits it out.
A living, breathing statue. Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
He's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
The people in your corner today at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard. Sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
T.J. Rumfield bounces one to first. Glove by Bush. And one first baseman has just grounded out to the other. Shota covering. Score that one 3-1. One away, and here's Goodman. What else you got there, Zach?
Well, first, the first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. The Phillies lead the Marlins 5-0. Top of the 8th inning. JT Realmuto going deep for Philadelphia. The Nationals leading the Royals 7-3. Bottom of the 8th inning. Dylan Cruz, a 3-run job.
Goodman takes outside.
Eugenio Suarez with a pair of home runs, including a grand slam. Reds all over the Mets, 9-0 after 5.
Cubs will be playing in New York against the Mets starting a week from tonight. Low and inside ball 2.
Jimmy Crooks, the rookie catcher for St. Louis, with a 2-run double. Cardinals leading the Padres 3-0, last of the 5th.
Bouncing ball wide of short. Diving stop by Dansby, and his throw is too high. He made a wonderful diving stop. The ball ticketed for center field. Dansby got up, might have hurried his throw, had to hurry the throw, and it sailed on him, and a leaping Bush could not come down on the bag in time.
Yeah, Dansby catches this ball, and when he gets to his feet, he's kind of lined up towards right field, so the kind of that sidearm throw, and it just kind of sailed on him, so it will be a base hit.
Incredible stop by Swanson, though. And Ezequiel Tovar, the batter, swings and misses.
Other action around the majors. Josh Bell, a 3-run home run. Twins leading the Rangers 3-2, top of the 4th. Tigers 2, Astros nothing. They are in the 3rd. Kevin McGonigal with a 2-run home run, his 5th.
Now the 0-1, lifted foul off to the right and out of play.
And a few games later on tonight, Pirates and A's out west, Diamondbacks hosting the Angels, and the Rays and Dodgers in Los Angeles. Pat?
All right, Zach, thank you. Father's Day coming up this weekend. Don't forget Dad. Here's the 0-2 instead of toss to first. Speaking of Father's Days, Ron and I are both on the Cameo video service. Go to cameo.com and Ron and I can provide a happy Father's Day message to Dad or your uncle or grandfather, whoever it might be, who is also a father. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Tovar is out number 2. Cameo.com, they're fun.
Yep, they are.
They are.
Yeah. I did one today. I think you did a few today, right? For Father's Day, right?
You bet. Carrick, the batter, right-handed hitter. And he'll hit a high pop fly foul left side. It'll twist out a play. Great crowd at Wrigley. Have we made any of our attendance guesses yet?
No.
Well, let's go ahead. I'll guess 38,183. 38183. Now the 0-1 to Carrick from Shota. Swing and a foul back. 0-2.
I'm going to say 39,300.
I'm going to say 38,500.
Now, Rich Wyatt is our excellent engineer tonight. Rich is going to make a guess.
I'm going to say 39,800.
Next pitch taken high and outside for a ball. I believe that was Rich's voice you heard on the air right there.
Yeah, 38,900. Is that right, Rich?
That's right. Going high.
Yeah. Richie's got a lot of fans here today. Big pass list. That boy, Rich.
Here comes the 1-2 to Carrick. And it is swung on and dribbled. First base line. Tough play. Shota will throw to first in time and gets him. Very nice play. No runs, 1 hit. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Cubs 1, Rockies nothing. This is the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Shattered bat, and it catches Tommy Lasorda. He pops right back up, and he's all right.
Tommy's saying, I'm all right. Of course I'm all right.
His score, you throw out the lowest and the highest, he gets a 9-8 for this.
Why do I keep thinking Humpty Dumpty here? Had a great fall.
Look at this. They're going to bring him, what, a jacket?
No, it's a chest protector.
A chest protector.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Earlier tonight, North Shore Adult Diapers makes another donation to the Northern Illinois Food Bank. Visit solvehungertoday.org. Huh?
Very nice, Zach.
Nico Horner will lead it off. First pitch by Michael Lorenzen is a strike. I want to get back to Rich Wyatt having his voice on the air. Now, Rich, we welcome you to join us on the air at any time. That's not the issue.
Okay.
The question I would have, are you going to submit an invoice to our good friend Mitch Rosen? Here is a looping line drive into right, a sliding catch by Freeman. And that is out number 1.
The invoice has been submitted, Pat.
Yeah, he submitted it before the game, knowing he was going to be on the air because he was going to give his guess. That's just good business, Rich.
Did you add a little extra, knowing that you would be on the air, Rich? I mean, we're getting very personal here.
Then he knew you were going to ask, so now he's got extra time. That's Bonus for the invoice.
I'll add that to tomorrow.
Rosen, it's with an R.
R, yes.
See, I knew that was the case, Ron, and I'm hoping
I'm
to.
with you, yeah.
Rich and I are going 50-50 on this deal.
Oh, believe me, I know your side hustle.
You guys are in the running for the Binnies. Toast of the game now. Excellent move.
Cheers.
I tried to go 60-40. He wouldn't bite.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low to Ballesteros. 2-1.
Gotta watch some Hall of Famers, Rich. Be careful. They've got that side hustle down now. Trust me.
Got my eyes on you, Pat.
Two balls and a strike on Moises Ballesteros. The next pitch fouled away. Cubs need Moises to get some base hits. His average down in the 230s. He's a big, strong left-handed batter. A hot streak from him would be very welcome right about now. He takes down low for a ball, 3-2.
Yeah, he's a guy that his swing is way too good for him to be hitting 230s.
The pitch by Lorenzen. Swung on, hit in the air, deep center field. That goes Carrick with room, and he'll make the catch. With that wind blowing, Ron, I thought that ball might carry further than it did.
Yeah, I think that one got in on him just a little bit. As I'm watching Ballesteros hit, you know, it's just one of those things where he's getting a lot of movement with his head going forward with that big leg kick. And we did not see that kind of movement with his head going forward in spring training.
And that shot takes ball one, Ron.
So it's just one of those things he's got to just kind of clean that up and just kind of shorten that move a little bit. You know, the move going forward with his head, not the leg kick.
Shaw hits a high fly ball left center, playable for McCarthy, the left fielder. He's got it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Zach Zaidman joins Ron Coomer in a moment. After 4, Cubs 1, Rockies.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Climate. James Hardy Building Products siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. Jake McCarthy bounces one on the right side, fielded by Horner. The flip to first in time. One pitch by Shota Imanaga. One away here in the top of the 5th inning with the Cubs leading the Rockies 1-0. Pete Crow Armstrong, a leadoff shot in the bottom of the 1st inning. 434 feet to center field. Second career leadoff home run for PCA. Kyle Karros digs in. Right-handed batter, and the pitch. is in there for strike. Slow-moving breaking ball that spun into the zone. 0-1. Carroll's a right-handed batter. The left-hander Imanaga working on the third base side of the rubber. The pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another breaking ball.
First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Wind blowing straight out on a comfortable evening here at Wrigley. The pitch, swing and a miss by Carros as Imanaga zips a fastball by him. 1-2 the count. Carros grounded out to his counterpart, Alex Bregman, at third. His first time up, he's 0 for 1.
Imanaga's thrown a lot more fastballs today than we have seen him throw, and I like it because, you know, it's going to allow him to get deeper in the game with that split finger.
That pitch misses off the outside, a splitter. 2-2 now on Carros. Why do you think he's throwing more fastballs? Just for efficiency purposes?
I think Colorado just saw him, and I think what he's doing is he's trying to work ahead in the count, and he's getting a lot of early swings.
High fly ball, shallow left center. Coming in, Pete Crow Armstrong. Camping under it, makes the catch. 2 down.
You know, it's been working. And the other thing, too, is it's been working because it's in great locations. He's been able to really pitch right at the edges of the strike zone all game long with his heater. It would not surprise me if this is the least amount of split fingers he's thrown in 4 or 5 games.
Braxton Fulford at the plate. The pitch. He looks at a sweeper that floats into the zone for a strike. 0-1. Fulford, the number 9 hitter. But he flat out to deep left his first time up. Now the 0-1. In the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Temperature in the low 70s here at Wrigley tonight. The 1-1. High and outside. Another fastball from Imanaga. 2-1.
Boy, in March and April, when we're playing those games that are very cold, this is what you're waiting for.
Oh, yeah.
These gorgeous nights here in Chicago.
Called strike. Fastball from Imanaga. 2-2 the count on Fulford.
That's the heater we're talking about, Z. That one right on the inside corner. Perfect pitch. Fulford expecting to see split, and he's buzzing that heater inside.
Let's see what Imanaga does here. Sets above the belt. High leg kick and pitch. And a high fly ball, shallow center. Drifting back. Horner, the second baseman, and he makes the catch for out number 3. As Imanaga went with a fastball there. Rockies go down in order in the top of the 5th. Middle 5.
Mullins makes the play up against the wall.
Collins darts to his left, dives, he made the catch.
Big Red might have just pulled a homer away from Cedric Mullins. Here comes Mr. Martin with a dive. How about that from the Rays defense?
Hold on, there we go.
On the rebound, Triolo. Spectacular defensive play by Bryson Stott.
Going back is Melendez and makes a diving grab.
Perfectly timed jump by Brandon Marsh.
Spinning is Sanoha. There's 1. There's 2. What a double play.
And each of the last 2 outs have been made beautifully by Samad Taylor in left field.
Runs it down, makes the catch.
Carroll charging in, makes a sliding catch. And he dives to make the catch.
Fancy pickup on a hot shot.
Diving stab by Meade. On 2 hops, he got him.
Hits it hard here, but grabbed by Torkelson.
Ground ball left side. Michael makes a nice play. His throw is in time.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs, Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
On Sunday, June 21st, the Cubs take on the Blue Jays at 1:20 in the afternoon. Up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans in the Budweiser bleachers will receive a Father's Day tea presented by Advocate Healthcare. Be sure to arrive early. Dansby Swanson at the plate, swings at the first pitch from Michael Lorenzen, drills it to deep left center, but it's playable for McCarthy, who makes a backhanded catch right along the track for out number 1.
Dansby just misses this cutter. It's up and out over the plate, but just catches it off the end of the bat enough to keep it in the yard.
So 1 down, bottom 5. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over Colorado, the opener of a 3-game set. Nice ovation for Pete Crow Armstrong as he digs in. He's 2 for 2 tonight. The pitch. Swing and a tap foul at the plate. That one took a bite out of Fulford, the catcher. 0-1. Pete is off and running tonight. Leadoff shot in the first and then a triple in the third. He's got an on-base streak of 19 straight games. Hitting right around 400 during that stretch. With 15 extra base hits. 15. Here's the 0-1. Off the outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lorenzen works on the first base side of the rubber. They kick and pitch. Crow Armstrong drills a line drive, base hit down the right field line. This will roll all the way to the wall. Crow Armstrong on his way to second, and he'll stop there standing up. Double for PCA, and he's now just a single away from a cycle.
Homer, triple, double. Do you do it backwards? That's a possibility. He hooks this ball down into the corner. And it goes right down into the corner. It gets thrown in. And Pete with a 1-out double here in the 5th. So we'll see. He's got a great chance today to hit for the cycle.
Alex Bregman digs in. Right-handed batter against the right-hander Lorenzen, who now works on the third base side of the rubber. PCA at second base, 1 away here in the 5th. Cubs up 1-0. A long set by Lorenzen, who bluffs a throw now to second base. PCA drops back.
That could have been a shot clock, pitch clock violation. But Lorenzen stepped off with no time left.
Alex Bregman looks at a sinker for a strike, 0-1. You still have the NBA Finals on the mind.
Yeah, getting them shots up quick. That was my gig.
It's a great
Not
series.
quite the gunner, but Yeah.
Here's the 0-1. Bregman pulls one foul on the ground to the left, 0-2. Yeah, for those that don't know, our good friend Pat played college basketball at San Jose State.
Yeah, the gunner.
Yeah. He says that is also where the play-by-play dream became a reality.
Yeah.
I'll explain in a sec here. PCA at second base, 1 away. The 0-2. And Bregman looks at a ball low, a sweeper that missed, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So apparently back known as the gunner during his basketball playing days because he wasn't afraid to put up shots. Didn't play a lot, so he's at the end of the bench as Lorenzen looks at second, sets above the belt, kicks and delivers. Bregman pops it up right side of the infield. Now drifting in on the outfield grass, it's Tovar backing up, makes the catch. PCA bluffs the tag from second base, 2 away as Bregman is retired. But apparently, when Pat wasn't in the game, he would practice calling the game right along the bench, and his teammates realized he had a special skill, the skill that we now all know and love. And there you go.
The gunner.
Now he's the Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Time called as Alon Leishman, the Rockies pitching coach, makes the slow walk out to the mound to have a conversation with Lorenzen. The catcher Fulford joins in, as does the left side of the infield, Tovar and Karros. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cubs with a 1-0 lead, but Pete Crow Armstrong at second base and red-hot Michael Busch duo.
So I'm not quite sure what this meeting is all about, whether they want to pitch to Michael Busch or not. There is a base open. They hit him with the 3-1 pitch in his last AB. Yeah, and there is somebody warming up in the bullpen for Colorado.
Right-hander Antonio Senzatella has begun throwing.
But I think this is all about what do you do with Michael Busch right now? And back to the dugout. I'm looking down at the dugout. They're going to pitch to Busch, and we'll see if he gets anything to hit or not.
Righty-lefty matchup. Now Lorenzen on the first base side of the rubber. The pitch. High and outside to Busch, 1-0. By the way, doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense.
I would be surprised if Bushy gets something to hit here.
Lorenzen staring down PCA. He deals, and that one misses. So 2-0 the count. A changeup. It was a little low.
That last pitch was a competitive pitch, though. That was not a pitch where you're trying to pitch around somebody. That one just missed.
Lorenzen is ready. The 2-0 delivery. That's in there for strike breaking ball to Busch. 2-1. Near the bottom of the zone on the outer half. Busch digs in. Righty-lefty matchup. Busch waits for the 2-1. Lorenzen along set. Now the pitch. Inside. 3 balls and a strike. So at this point, wouldn't you just walk Busch?
I would think so. To me, I just don't think, if you make a pitch here and he blasts one, you're going to be kicking yourself all night.
Wind blowing out. Here comes the 3-1. Way outside. Ball 4. So Busch draws a 2-out walk. Cubs now have men at first and second. And the cleanup man, Seiya Suzuki, will dig in.
Now Suzuki in this ballgame has punched out twice against Lorenzen. He has not picked up the breaking ball all that well against Lorenzen.
Suzuki entering play tonight, riding a 10-game hitting streak. He missed yesterday's ball game in San Francisco.
I'd love to see him sell out to the breaking ball and just look for it.
The pitch is a called strike. That was a changeup from Lorenzen. 0-1.
Off-speed pitch, right? A little change. You don't see that too often. A right-on-right changeup.
Lorenzen working on the third base side of the rubber now. Here comes the 0-1. Seiya looks at a sweeper, low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Crow Armstrong at second base. Michael Busch at first. 2 down, bottom of the 5th. Cubs leading the Rockies 1-0. Suzuki, an enormously powerful right-handed batter. The pitch. And a one-hopper smoked to third. Fielded by Caro. Sidearm throw to first in time to get Suzuki out number 3. Seiya smoked it. But Caro's able to make the play, and the Cubs leave 2 after 5.
Breaking ball, grounder. Marshall lets Jeffries get it, toss the cone, he tags the bag. And they say safe. Watch the runner, he's not watching the runner. The runner scores. And Cone's still arguing. Here comes the second runner. The second runner scores. I don't believe I just saw that. I don't believe it.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is the baseball is not what we're.
Sea Glass brings you the bright, crisp taste of California's Central Coast. No matter where the game takes you, whether you're meeting up before the game or kicking back after a well-earned win, Sea Glass is the perfect companion. So relax, refresh, and find your coastal state of mind with Sea Glass, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Dear summer, spend more time on the road and less coin at the pump with Toyota's fuel-efficient lineup. Toyota, let's go places.
We are getting set for the top half of the 6th inning. The Cubs leading the Rockies 1-0 here at Wrigley Field. The opener of a 3-game set. Willie Castro at the plate, and he looks at a strike from Shota Imanaga to begin the frame. 0-1 the count.
And the next pitch, Zach, is swung on and missed by Willie Castro. Castro has singled twice. He has half of the 4 hits against Shota Imanaga. It's really a good night to hit, but it's only a 1-0 game, and we are in the 6th inning. The 0-2 to Castro popped up foul and back out of play. That happens sometimes, Rob. We talk about the conditions being very favorable for a lot of offense, and you don't see it. And then sometimes on a real cold and windy day, it's a 7-6 game.
That's exactly right. These two guys pitched very good baseball in Colorado less than a week ago. Both had 7 punch-outs, both had 2 walks, but Lorenzen and Shota both had very good ball games that night.
Now the 1-2 to Castro, just outside, 2-2. That's an interesting dynamic that repeats itself over and over in a baseball season. You play against a team in their park, and the next week you're in your park playing that same team. There's a pitch low and inside, and you just think about all the adjustments that both sides are making.
Yeah. I always felt like I like that as a hitter because there were no surprises. I mean, you knew you just faced the guy, you saw their bullpen.
3-2 to Castro. He checks his swing and takes low. Cubs have not appealed, and apparently they won't. That's ball 4.
I think Ballesteros went down to try to block that ball and really didn't pay attention to whether or not he swung. That was one of those that it was close. I'm not quite sure if he did or not. We did not get a replay.
Couldn't somebody from the dugout yell out to him?
Yeah. Or even Shota. He can ask for an appeal.
Yeah. It's a base on balls. The batter is Tyler Freeman, and he'll poke it foul off to the right out of play. Cubs are looking for a bunt in this spot. Bregman about a step. Well, he's about even with the bag at third, and Bush playing in front of first, shallow. And now Bush backs up to hold the runner. Castro on the bag. Castro has good speed. Here's the pitch on the way. Lifted foul by Freeman. Out of play. Now the likelihood of a bunt has become minimized. First of a 3-game series. Cubs able to win 2 out of 3 in San Francisco over the weekend, but they lost 2 out of 3 to these guys. Swinging a foul back. Again, Colorado is an improved team over a year ago.
Yep. They're a young ball club with some athletic guys, some guys that can hit. They play a much better brand of baseball than we saw the last few years.
Now the 0-2, fastball high. And even though they have improved, they are still 18 games below 500.
I think you're going to see them continually get better as this season progresses.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball wide of third. Swanson goes to second. They get 1, and that's all. Nico kind of stretching like a first baseman would. Sometimes you just know a ball is not hit hard enough to get 2, so you concentrate on 1 only.
Let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. No, what was in flight was the very first hitter of the ball game today, Pete Crow Armstrong, with a leadoff homer, and that's the only runs we've had at the ball game so far.
Stay tuned, though. Pete trying to make some history here tonight. He has homered, tripled, and doubled. And we're only in the 6th inning. He has at least a guarantee of one more plate appearance, possibly 2. And he has a chance to hit for the cycle. Swinging a foul back and out of play. I was thinking, Ron, the last time we saw a cycle, I've seen a couple. I saw Mark Kotsay when he played for Atlanta down in Georgia against the Cubs maybe 20 years ago. Here's the pitch on the way. Bouncing ball foul. I saw Carlos Gonzalez Cargo hit for a cycle in Denver. You may have worked that game with me. I'm going to say his game-winning home run capped the cycle.
That's right.
And completed the cycle.
Home run to right. In the upper deck.
So those are 2 that come to mind. As far as a Cub hitting for 1, I can't remember the last one I saw. I'm sure I've seen at least one Cub do it.
Well, Sammy did it, right? Didn't he do it a couple times?
Possibly. I don't recall that, but he may have. Here comes the 0-2 to Rumfield. Lefty to lefty. Cubs lead 1-0 in the 6th. Pickoff throw, not in time. Kind of a low throw dug out of the dust by Bush.
Schroeder was holding the ball a long time. Yeah, and it got set there at 4-3-2. You know, he had been holding there for a while, and I think he held there so long he wasn't ready actually to throw the ball home. That's why he threw to first base. He was just a little out of sorts, or just a little out of sync, probably is a better way to describe it.
Cubs lead 1-0. A home run by Pete Crow Armstrong is the difference. Now the 0-2 to Rumfield. From Imanaga. Long set. Still a long set. And finally delivers the ball hit in the air to left center. Playable. Converging are Pete Crow Armstrong and Ian Happ. Pete makes a sliding catch and fires back to first. A little indecisiveness, rather, regards to who was going to make that catch. Either Pete in center or Happ in left. And finally, at the last second, they both went after it. And Pete had to make a sliding catch in left center.
Yeah, this is sort of those balls I was watching. I was more watching Ian, because this ball is quite a bit in the left center field. A little more left than left center. But he is playing way around towards the line. So there is a big gap in left center field.
And here's the dangerous man, Hunter Goodman. He is 1 for 2. Goodman, their team leader, with 20 home runs. He's the DH tonight. Normally he catches. He cracks one down the line in left. Base hit. Over to cut it off on one bounce is Happ and get it back in. Stopping at second on the play, Castro. Actually, that is Freeman, the runner at second. And Goodman now at first. Fortunately for the Cubs, that ball was not elevated and hit high in the air, because he hit it hard.
Yep. That'll bring out Craig Counsell. Shota's thrown a good game. He's got 2 outs here in the 6th, so 5 2/3 for Shota.
And he'll get a nice ovation as he walks away. He leaves very much up in the air. He could get the win. He could have no decision. And since he leaves with the tying and go-ahead runs on base, he also could be charged with a loss.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive.
Superman, hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
It's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Is the new man on the mound. Tyler Freeman, the tying run at second. Hunter Goodman, the go-ahead tally at first. 2 outs, 6th inning. Ballesteros goes out to go over the signs with the new pitcher, Maton. Ezekiel Tovar due up. And we are just about set for the resumption of play. Cubs lead 1-0. Maton working on Tovar. Maton works over on the extreme right-handed first base side of the rubber. And now the right-hander ready in his first pitch. And Troy Johnston, a pinch hitter, takes outside, ball 1. Johnston batting for Tovar. First and second, 2 down. Here comes the pitch. Off speed and outside, and 2-0.
Maton tried to go with that backdoor breaking ball, just missed, and now Ballesteros is going to challenge this. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Let's see what we got.
It was outside.
First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 on, 2 down. Cubs lead 1-0. And the pitch from Maton. Johnston takes a strike. A little surprised Johnston wasn't more aggressive on that 2-0 pitch.
Yep, this is a fastball inside. That two-seamer starts out in pat and catches a corner, and now Johnston's going to challenge, and this ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. And I think by the crowd reaction you can tell it was a strike.
So it's 2-1. We were talking about Cubs cycles.
Yeah.
The most recent one was just last year. Carson Kelly hit for the cycle in Sacramento. Here's a drive foul off to the left out of play. And he did it the dramatic way, getting a triple in his last at-bat.
In Sacramento, where the ballpark plays so small, you just didn't think there would be. It's definitely not a triples ballpark, and he hit the very top of the wall, and the ball bounced past the center fielder.
The 2-2 by Maton hits the batter. Johnston gets hit in the right leg, and that will load the bags with 2 down.
That's a little breaking ball that just Maton holds on to a little too long, and it just keeps boring in and hits Johnston in the front shin, and that'll bring out Tommy Hotovy for a little scouting report here on Keurig.
We're going to take a little look at some baseball history, brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. All of the infield around Phil Maton. Tommy Hotovy wearing the blue pullover, doing all the talking. Keurig a switch hitter, so he'll turn around and bat left-handed for the first time in the game. Keurig against Shota grounded out and struck out. And now Harvey, the pitching coach, heads back to the third base dugout. So Colorado threatening here in the 6th inning. Bases loaded, 2 down. Maton to the belt. Runners lead. And the pitch. Swinging a foul back out of play, 0-1. Now Maton with a brand new ball, ready for the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Just a bit outside.
Boy, that's a pretty good pitch. That two-seamer ran and just misses the outside corner. Oh, right down below the zone. That was borderline.
Yeah, that could have been called a strike.
Yeah.
From what we saw. Here comes the 1-1. There's the strike. Curveball. What do you like on 1 and 2, Ron?
I would say that same last backdoor hook. I think Carrick's he gives up on that pitch early. You've got to throw it to the outside corner.
The 1-2. Fastball sinks outside, 2-2.
Now you see if you set that pitch up, throw in the two-seamer, and then you set it up for the backdoor hook. Maton's best pitch, the breaking ball.
Crowd standing, making a lot of noise. The pitch. Swinging a drive foul down the left field line, out of play.
Back-to-back fastballs, both sinkers.
Freeman the runner at third. Goodman at second. Johnston at first. 2-2, 2 down. Cubs lead 1-0. It's getting loud. And the 2-2 pitch. Way outside, not close. 3-2.
They tried to go back to that hook that we were talking about, and that one just squirted out of his hand. So that was kind of a non-competitive pitch just because he lost the grip of the baseball.
Runners ready to scoot. There they go. The pitch. Ground ball foul past first. Willie Traynor, the umpire, immediately and emphatically calling that one foul. One of those line drives that missed hitting the base by only a couple of feet. Full count, 2 down. Cubs lead 1-0, 6th inning.
If you can throw a breaking ball for a strike, you'd probably get a punch out. But you got to throw it for a strike.
Here's the 3-2. Fastball is high, ball 4. It forces in a run, and the game is tied 1-1.
Maton went with the two-seamer again. That one just didn't ever make it to the plate. It just stayed away and ran off the outside corner.
Jake McCarthy, the batter. Ball game tied at 1. Bases loaded, 2 down. McCarthy takes low and inside, ball 1. That run is charged to the starter, Shota Imanaga. And he's also responsible for the guy at third, Tyler Freeman. Here's a ground ball toward short. Swanson throws to first, and he gets it. Dansby gloving it right behind the bag. Inning over. Colorado gets a run to tie the game.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Bryce Matthews, who struck out looking his first time up. Matthews getting the start in left field tonight. Matthews hits it in the air pretty well to center. Going back on it is Rafaela at the wall, looking up. See you later! Bryce Matthews with his first long ball of the year, right by the Phillips 66 home run pump, and the Astros lead 4-0. That went 434 feet just to the left of straightaway center, and it was 111 miles an hour off Matthews' bat.
Bryce Harper will lead things off as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. That one's hit well out toward right center field. It is gone! Home run, Bryce Harper. First of the year. It's a 5-3 game. That was a pretty swing.
That's the way you turn on a ball.
I got to believe that felt just absolutely wonderful for Bryce Harper. He needed that.
It's only the 3rd hit in 24 at-bats, but that's 425 feet.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es Flow Mayor.
B&W, Chicago's injury law group. They'll fight to make it right. Call the Ace, 312-888-8888.
Ian Happ is on deck for the Cubs. He's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
Okay, the ball game is now tied 1-1. So the Cubs offense has to go back to work. Keep in mind that Pete Crow Armstrong needs only a single to complete the cycle. Happ leads off the inning against Senzatella. Antonio Senzatella, right-hander. He's been with Colorado as a closer, among other roles, out of that bullpen. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Ian Happ. That's going to be a strike, 1-1. Senzatella, 20 games, 2.11 ERA. Pretty good considering half of your games are at Coors Field. Here's the 1-1. Happ hits a high fly ball into the twilight. Does anybody see it? The right fielder apparently does, and Freeman makes the catch. Right at the tail end of the twilight hour. I wasn't sure if he saw it or not.
It goes up above the lights, and it's very tough to see right now. But it ends up being caught. We got some changes on defense because of the pinch hitters. McCarthy now in right field, Patrick. Johnston stayed in the game who pinch hit. He's in left. And Freeman moves to second base. Castro over to short.
Here's Nico lining it foul down the left field line.
It's kind of like a spring training game right there. How's that scorebook looking right about now?
Kind of messy. Tyler Freeman was in right, now playing second. And Willie Castro comes into play shortstop. Warner nothing for two. He lines it foul deep to left and out of play. Nico seemed to slip a little bit on that swing. Does the batter's box get a little choppy late in the game?
I think it's more from the swing and that back foot kind of sliding around a little bit. I don't think it's the batter's box, though.
Low for a ball, 1-2. One away, nobody on. Tie game. Nico trying to start a rally. Waiting for the 1-2 from Senzatella. And he hits it foul off to the right, out of play. Take a look at this date in baseball history, brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. And the 1-2. Line foul right side, out of play.
Well, with this being the trade deadline day, there's got to be some big things happen baseball history.
1964, the Cubs made an ill-fated trade, trading Lou Brock to the Cardinals for Ernie Broglio. Nico hits a bouncer to the shortstop. Castro will throw to first in time. Low throw dug out by Rumfield. And that's out number 2. Tie game, and the batter Ballesteros. The Mets traded the franchise Tom Seaver on this date in 1977 to the Reds for pitcher Pat Zachary and infielder Doug Flynn. Minor leaguers Steve Henderson and Dan Norman. Ballesteros batting. He'll take a strike. Cardinals traded former MVP Keith Hernandez to the Mets for pitchers Neil Allen and Rick Owenby.
I think it's trading Tom Seaver away.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what they called him, the franchise.
Yeah.
Here comes the 0-1. Inside for a ball. Johnny Vandermeer. Now, this was the first night game ever played in Brooklyn. Johnny Vandermeer pitched his second consecutive no-hitter, blanking the Dodgers 6-0. Back-to-back no-hitters. Big leagues. Inside, Ballesteros twisting away. Now that record might be equaled someday, but I don't see that ever being broken.
No, 3 no-hitters. I think that's a safe one.
Here comes the 2-1. Outside for a ball. Now a 3-1. Let's see if Moises gets something to hammer.
So they've gone back and forth, in and out against Ballesteros. Sinker away and then cutter in. See if he's on time with something hard here. Maybe he can blast one and untie this game.
Moises takes outside, ball 4. Cubs have a man on with 2 down. And Matt Shaw coming up. Opposing pitching changes. Those are brought to you by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Here's a drive to the right field corner, slicing. That ball is going to be a fair ball. Fair ball. Ballesteros around third. Here comes the throw to the plate, not in time. It's a triple for Matt Shaw. Cubs lead 2-1. It landed just fair in the right field corner. Ballesteros, rambling around the bases, scored on the 3-base hit by Shaw.
Yeah, this ball hits just fair, like right up against the side wall. And the throw from the right fielder McCarthy into the cutoff man is high, and he misses the cutoff man. Once he missed the cutoff man, Ballesteros scores easily. If he hits the cutoff man, there is going to be a play at the plate. I think they're wondering if this ball is fair or foul, would be my guess from the way it hit down into the corner.
The Rockies are challenging the call. And let's see if we get an idea here as it lands in that corner area. I could not tell from that angle. They did not have the shot. And couldn't tell from the second angle I've seen. There's a third angle. Still can't tell, Ron. Can you?
The camera shot that we should be able to see it is blurry. Now we're finally getting a camera shot, and now the question would be, did the ball hit the ground and into the wall, or the wall into the ground? That is the big question.
Managers challenges and instant replays. Crowd reacting. There's a ball mark in fair territory, and that looks rather definitive to me.
Yeah, if that's the original landing spot without it hitting the wall, here we go. Get the
after review, the call in the field stands fair ball.
Fair ball. It's kind of like that last camera shot was hiding, and then all of a sudden it showed the evidence.
Big swing of the bat for Matt Shaw.
2 down. That's a big run at third. Cubs lead 2-1. Here's Dansby Swanson. And the pitch to Dansby. Curveball is outside. Shaw with his 13th run batted in. 3-base hit for him. Triples by Cubs. Get to this spot in a minute. Swanson takes a curve away with that triple. North Shore Adult Diapers makes another donation to the Northern Illinois Food Bank. Visit solvehungertoday.org. The next pitch fouled away. The 2-out walk to Ballesteros. And then an opposite field triple by Matt Shaw. Cubs lead 2-1 here in the 6th inning. Swanson trying to drive in another run. The 2-1 pitch. Dansby hits a fly ball to right. Playable for McCarthy. Routine play. Inning over. Cubs get a run on a hit. Leave 1. We go to the 7th inning. Cubs 2, Colorado 1. This is the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, it's Pat Hughes here for North Shore Adult Diapers. In all seriousness, everyone knows someone worrying about control problems. And for many, the store...
Tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker. And here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting. And now he's back to the left side. And a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch that was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
Line to right field and over. Wow. Diving and hanging on is Austin Martin.
And he's playing a good right field.
Right center, Pete into the gap. He dives! Oh, baby!
That was fun to watch. Here comes Collins on a sinking line drive. And that's the 3rd time in a week that Collins has made a diving play.
Corbin throws into 3rd, and Liam Hicks is out of there. Corbin Carroll
hits it on the ground to the right side. Forehanded play by Julian. He kept his balance, spins around.
This is ripped on a line to center. Here comes Marcy into a barrel roll, and he makes the catch. And now Massey throws in time with a pick by Vinny.
Nifty play.
And Leody Taveras took it away from him up against the fence.
Witt dives has it. What a get by Bobby Witt Jr.
Pulls it on the ground, and a great stop by B, and he throws him out.
Reynolds, can he do it again?
Brian Reynolds not caring about the wall. That one might have hurt a little bit.
Okay, Zach, thank you. Jacob Webb is the new right-handed pitcher for the Cubs. The right-hander Webb to face Karros, Fulford, and Castro.
Webb coming into the ball game, he has been outstanding so far, just under 30 innings for the Cubs and mid-2s ERA.
Edouard Julien pinch hitting. Batting for Karros, fouls it away 0-1.
Cubs pitching changes. Sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
The right-hander Webb brings it. Fastball high, 1-1. Big RBI triple by Matt Shaw. Cubs trying to start the homestand on a positive note. And the next pitch, swing and a miss. And by the way, the count now 1-2. Leading off in the bottom of the inning. Don't go away, because Pete Crow Armstrong is going to lead off in the bottom of the 7th inning. He needs a single to complete a cycle. Now the 1-2 to Julien. And it's taken down low by the left-handed batter. Cycles are very, very rare. And dramatic.
Yeah, they are. There's no doubt.
Here's the 2-2. Lifted to left, slicing toward foul territory over his hat. Makes the catch. Just barely had enough room down the left field line. Near that sidewall, that's out number 1. Let's pause 10 seconds here for station ID on The Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1, Chicago.
Tommy Hotovy, after one batter, goes out to see about Jacob Webb. It's kind of uncharacteristic of Tommy to do this. What's up?
I'm not real sure. The only thing I could think of is maybe it's pinch hitter Sullivan's coming to the plate, so maybe it's a scouting report about the hitter. Sullivan, the backup catcher, he did hit a home run in the series in Colorado.
Well, I think that's exactly what it is. So 1 out, 1 on, top of the 7th inning. Cubs lead 2-1. Sullivan pinch hitting for Fulford. Brett Sullivan, left-handed batter, will take a strike. In on the grass at third is Bregman. Time call now as the batter backs away. Lights have long since taken full effect. Beautiful mid-June evening. And the next offering, line towards center, caught by Dansby Swanson. Soft line drive. Dansby ran over and caught it. Moving into shallow right center field. That's out number 2.
Sullivan trying to hook this outside two-seamer. Hits it off the end of the bat. It's a line drive, but it's right off the end of the bat, and Dansby just chases this ball down right in the middle of the diamond, about 5 feet into the outfield grass.
Cubs lead 2-1, 2 down. Willie Castro, the batter, and he'll take outside. Castro, 2 singles and a walk as an encore after a 7 RBI game yesterday in Las Vegas. Here's the 0-1. Fastball strike. Right back out here again tomorrow night and Wednesday night. Thursday an off day. Toronto is here for the weekend. Day games. Strike 2 called. What do you like here, Ron?
He's taken 2 fastballs in a row. To me, it looks like he's sitting on some kind of off-speed pitch from Webb. He has not even offered, even flinched at the 2 fastballs.
And the 1-2. Just a little bit high, 2-2.
He wasn't going to hit that one either. If that ball just catches the zone, he was never going to be able to get to that. He's been sitting on breaking ball the whole at bat.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Webb works 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Cubs lead 2-1.
The ball game from Chicago. Game score is Jonathan Cortez, Sean Mallory, and Nico Nepomuceno.
All right, Cubs fans, let me hear you. 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back, so let's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes are out at the old ball game.
Happy Pride! Let's get some runs!
Great Cubs guests all.
Pack your bags, it's time for a road twib. In a brand new segment, we're hitting the road, and our first stop is a big one. It's Yankee Stadium. Opened in 2009, Yankee Stadium's majestic presentation reflects the iconic look of the original stadium that once stood just across the street. Make your way over to Monument Park to see a collection of plaques and retired numbers that honor both Yankee legends and baseball greats. Over at the Yankees Museum, look back at over 100 years of team history. Time to grab a bite to eat. Maybe the classic chicken bucket or the ice cream chicken bucket. Whatever your appetite, they've got something for you. But the main event is always Yankees baseball, and there's not a bad seat in the house. Sit with the bleacher creatures in right field and join in on the famous roll call. Or take your place in the judges' chambers. Action and history are...
Pete has a homer, a triple, and a double. And he'll lead off this 7th inning. And it might be his final chance to do so.
Yeah, the Cubs are ahead by a run. You know, you would say for sure he would get in at bat if the Cubs hit in the bottom of the 9th, but if you have the lead, you will not hit in the bottom of the 9th. 7th inning stretch was sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you.
Crowd standing. Here's the pitch. Pete takes a curveball outside from the left-hander. These fans so knowledgeable, well aware that Pete is on the brink of baseball history, potentially. Here comes the 1-0. They swing at a chopper foul toward first, 1-1. It's a little rare run to need only the single to complete the cycle.
Well, he's done it backwards. Homer, triple, double. I've never seen that before.
Here's the 1-1. Swinging a line drive, base hit, right center field. He has done it. Pete Crow Armstrong has hit for the cycle. Listen to these fans.
He got a fastball in the middle of the zone, and he just hit a bullet right over the second baseman's head, Julian. And the fans are loving them some Pete Crow Armstrong here at the friendly confine.
Standing ovation. Play ready to resume. Throw to first, and he just got picked off. Pete gets picked off and still gets a standing ovation.
Craig Counsell is going to look. They're not going to challenge this. Pete was putting on his sliding glove on his hand, and they picked him off.
One away. And Alex Bregman at the plate. Cubs lead 2-1, 7th inning. And the pitch in there for a strike. Pete becomes the 13th Cub ever to hit for a cycle in a major league game. Zach, I believe you have the full list. Carson Kelly did so a year ago, hitting for the cycle in Sacramento.
That's correct. Mark Grace then did it before him in 1993. Andre Dawson in 1987.
Bregman takes outside, Zach.
Ivan De Jesus in 1980. Randy Hundley in 1966. Billy Williams also in 1966. Lee Walls in 1957. Roy Smalley in 1950.
Line drive base hit by Bregman into right center. McCarthy gets it back in. Go ahead, Zach. What else you got?
Babe Herman in 1933. Before that, Hack Wilson in 1930. Jimmy Ryan in 1891. And Jimmy Ryan also in 1888, Pat.
You mentioned Randy Hundley. It gave me a chuckle when I heard the story about his cycle. As Alex Bregman is at first, Michael Bush at the plate. And he'll take ball one. Randy was a very young player when he did that. And he was from a small town in Virginia, and I guess didn't really follow the game all that closely. He was a great player, but regarding the history of the game, he was a little bit oblivious. And I think he got a triple to complete the cycle. Yeah. And whoever was coaching third for the Cubs said, "Way to go, Randy. You just hit for a cycle." Randy said, "What's that?" Here's the pitch low and outside for a ball 3-0. I can see that too, knowing Randy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Bush takes ball 4. Is that call going to be challenged? That last pitch is going to be challenged by Colorado. They thought it was a strike.
And it is a ball. This ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Bernardino comes into the game. He has not gotten an out yet. He gave up a hit to Pete, a hit to Bregman, and now a walk, but he did pick off Pete at first base.
And that'll be all for the left-hander. Bernardino leaves. We'll be back with more in a moment. Cubs leading 2-1. Bottom of the 7th.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal, and I played with Eddie, and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards, and I know.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Climate. James Hardie Building Products siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The Cardinals shut out the Padres 3-0. Dustin May had a no-hitter into the 7th inning. Manny Machado broke it up. It was the only hit May allowed in a complete game shutout victory. Pat?
Sounds like a gem to me. Seiya Suzuki batting with 2 men on and 1 away. Cubs lead by a run. Jaden Hill, the new right-hander, flips a curveball in there for a strike. Defensively, the Rockies have almost a brand new unit. If we can go around the diamond, Johnston in left, McCarthy in center, Freeman back in right. This is a wild pitch. Runners advance to second and third. Sullivan now catching. Julian playing second base. Carrig at shortstop and Castro at third. Rumfield remains at first, and he's the only guy in the original lineup that is still in the same spot.
Did I miss something, or are we in Mesa?
Seems like it. Here comes the stretch and the 1-1 to Seiya. Time called by the pitcher Hill. Those could be 2 very big runs in this game. Cubs clinging to a 1-run lead. And the pitch to Seiya, swing and a miss. What's the at-bat like for a hitter, Ron?
No, I just think you got to put this ball in play. We've talked about this a couple times now today. This is a change. Seiya way out in front of this pitch. This is a good pitch.
Now he needs to put it in play. It's 1-2. And the pitch fouled away.
Going back-to-back changeups. The pitch before Seiya pulled off it. That one he stayed on that pitch away and just got a piece of it.
Cubs lead 2-1. Bottom of the 7th inning. Pete Crow Armstrong has hit for the cycle in this game. The 1-2 low and away, 2-2. Hill, a right-hander, works over on the extreme first base side of the rubber. Infield in. Right-hander to right-hander, the 2-2. Check swing, did he go? No swing. First base open. Ian Happ is on deck. And the 3-2. Outside ball 4. So the plot thickens. Base is now loaded with one away. And that didn't miss by much.
Just barely off the plate away. 7th inning stretch sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready wherever the road takes you. And a long, slow walk to the mound by the pitching coach.
Rockies manager Warren Schaefer. Ian Happ batting, Ron. What's the thinking here?
Well, you really got to try to get this ball elevated to the outfield at minimum. The last thing you want to do is beyond this changeup and hook this ground ball to the second baseman or first baseman. I got to believe Colorado will play the middle of the diamond to where they could turn a pair possibly or go home.
Happ ready to step in. Ian nothing for 3. Batting left-handed. And he swings at the first pitch and misses a changeup.
I'm really surprised that Colorado, there they go, now they're changing it. Rumfield is playing behind the runner at first. I don't understand this. I thought he was going to move in front of Suzuki. He is not. A ground ball hit to him. He's got to try to turn 2.
Happ will take a fastball inside. 1-1. Cubs trying to break it open. Lead 2-1. Bases loaded. 1 away. And the pitch. Happ loops it foul over toward the Cub third base dugout. Now it's 1-2.
Now one jammed in, that slider in on his hands.
Here's the 1-2. It's upstairs, 2-2.
Wind still blowing out here at Wrigley, blowing out the straightaway center. Not quite as hard as it was early in the game, but still blowing out. It'll definitely affect the ball to the middle of the diamond.
He could get a pitch to hit right here. And the 2-2. Happ swings and misses, strike 3.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
This is a good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
Cubs with a 2-1 lead over Colorado. The Rockies have the tying run on first base in Tyler Freeman. Thielbar is 2-2 in 20 appearances this season with a 3.50 ERA. Cubs taking the lead in the bottom of the sixth inning on an RBI triple by Matt Shaw. Pete Crow Armstrong is hit for the cycle, the 13th time that's happened in Cubs history. Rumfield digs in. Left-handed batter. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Couple of groundouts and a flyout. Freeman with good speed at first, being held on by Bush. Thielbar works on the third base side of the rubber. A long set. Now the pitch. And Rumfield looks at a fastball for a strike, 0-1.
Rumfield with some pop in his bat. He's got 9 home runs so far this year, hitting .276, but he's been an RBI guy. He's got 34 driven in.
Lefty-lefty matchup as Thielbar sets above the belt, looks at first, works his motion and deals. Rumfield an awkward check swing and a miss on appeal, says DJ Rayburn, the third base umpire. 0-2.
Good slider by Thielbar to get the second strike. Now Rumfield's going to call timeout. See if Thielbar can make another pitch. Did not look like Rumfield saw that last breaking ball all that well.
Rumfield digs in. He's got an open stance from the left side. Thielbar working on the third base side of the rubber. Puts the ball in the glove. Looks at first. Works his motion and deals. And misses off the outside. 1-2 with a slider. Cubs essentially vacating the third base position with their defensive alignment at the moment. Bregman playing where a shortstop normally would. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Thielbar blows a fastball by Rumfield. 1 away.
Thielbar with a good fastball. Well up and in. A little four-seamer in this pitch. This bat has got to be shoulder high that Rumfield chases this ball way up and in.
So here comes the dangerous Hunter Goodman, the Rockies cleanup man. He's 2 for 3 tonight with a couple of singles. Right-handed batter against the left-hander Thielbar. The pitch is low, a slow-moving breaking ball that missed. 1-0. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Rockies. The tying run, though, at first base for Colorado and Tyler Freeman. The 1-0. Inside. 2-0 now on Goodman.
Now here's where you really got to make a good quality pitch. Goodman big time pop in his bat. 20 bombs on the year. Wind blowing out straightaway center.
Thielbar's ready. The 2-0 delivery. Misses low with a curveball. 3-0.
Thielbar a little frustrated with himself. I think he wanted to throw that breaking ball for a strike, and it just ended up low.
Johnston on deck for the Rockies. A left-handed batter. 3-0 on Goodman. Thielbar deals. Up high, ball 4. So now the Rockies have the tying and go-ahead runs on base with just 1 away here in the top of the 8th inning. Cubs with a 2-1 lead.
Well, that at bat for Goodman, I don't think Thielbar, he did not want to put the Cubs in jeopardy with their best hitter at the plate, so he pitched all around the zone. And now you got Johnston at the plate, a left-hander. But he'd love to throw one of them sliders or a hook and get a ground ball to Nico. Maybe you could turn a pair.
Thielbar's ready. Here comes the pitch. Johnson, it's a high fly ball to center field. Playable for Pete Crow. Armstrong makes the catch, ranging toward right center, and the runners hold. 2 down, men at first and second here in the top of the 8th.
First out in the inning, that's sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Boy, and you'd love to see Thielbar make Just needs to make one more good pitch and get a pop-up or a low ground ball to the infield.
So here comes Cole Keurig. Now batting from the right side against the left-hander Thielbar. 2 on, 2 away here in the 8th. The pitch. A breaking ball that floats into the zone for a strike. 0-1. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Rockies. Thielbar trying to get the Cubs out of this jam. He sets above the belt. And the pitch. Keurig drills one deep in the air to left. Down the line it goes. If it stays fair, it's fair and gone. 3-run home run for Cole Keurig. And the Rockies take the lead. Now up 4-2 over the Cubs here in the 8th.
First pitch breaking ball to Keurig, and then this one, I believe it's a fastball up and in. And he gets on top of this ball and hits it right down the line. No doubt home run.
A 401-foot blast by Keurig. 3rd home run on the year for him. Exit velocity 105 miles per hour. Jake McCarthy at the plate. He swings and misses at a slider from Thielbar. 0-1. Rockies now up 4-2 over the Cubs here in the 8th. The 0-1 delivery. Breaking ball inside. 1-1. Shota Imanaga started tonight for the Cubs. Went 5 2/3, giving up just 1 run on 5 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. And the 1-1. McCarthy swings and misses at a sweeper. 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Thielbar gets McCarthy with a sweeper. But the damage done. Cole Keurig's 3-run shot putting Colorado ahead.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
Water. The Village of Bedford Park offers a safe and reliable Lake Michigan water supply. Visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
Time to see how we did with our guesses in the Bing's Beverage Depot attendance game. The actual attendance tonight at Wrigley Field, 38,337, which means Pat's the winner tonight with a guess of 38,183. Congratulations, Pat. There's a new man on the mound for the Rockies. Right-hander Victor Vodnik takes over to begin the bottom of the 8th. Rockies with a 4-2 lead over the Cubs, and that means the Cubs are going to send up a pinch hitter. Pedro Ramirez, a switch hitter, will bat for Miguel Amaya.
Cubs got to go back to work now. We're up by a run, now down by 2 here late in the ball game. Ramirez, he has swung the bat pretty well. Hit his first big league home run in San Francisco. Ball straight away center field. I asked him getting on the team plane yesterday. Did you know you got it? Oh, yeah.
Vodnik's ready, the pitch, and Ramirez looks at a fastball for a strike. 0-1. It was a shot in San Francisco, 414 feet to straightaway center field. Ramirez waits for the 0-1. Vodnik deals, and Ramirez grounds one up the middle and through for a base hit. So there's a nice start to the bottom of the 8th inning for the Cubs, and Ramirez pinch hit single. It'll bring up Matt Shaw.
Now Cubs looking for offense, and if you keep swinging the bat well, you're going to keep yourself in the lineup. Ramirez comes in and hits a bullet back through the middle for a base knock.
So here is Shaw, who's 2 for 3 tonight, including an RBI triple. Right-handed batter stands deep in the box, hits out of a crouch, uses a toe tap. The pitch. Low and outside in the dirt, smothered by the catcher Sullivan. 1-0. There's a big hole on the right side of the infield with Rumfield holding on Ramirez at first and Julien playing up the middle just to the right of second base. Vodnik takes a peek at first. That's at the belt third base side of the rubber. The pitch is in there for a strike changeup, 1-1. Cole Carrig putting the Rockies ahead in the top half of this 8th inning with a 3-run shot to left. 1-1 the count. Shaw waits. Now the pitch. Foul back off the screen, 1-2.
Matty with a big leg kick there and just didn't get his front foot down quite in time, and that fastball had some zip on it at 98 miles an hour.
So 1-2 the count. Shaw digs in. Ramirez at first. No one out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs trail by 2. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Fielded by Julien to second for 1. Carrig to first. Not in time as Shaw beats it out. But the lead man, Ramirez, erased from the bases on the fielder's choice for 6.
Ball not hit all that hard, just over the right side of the mound. Right to the second baseman. And I'll tell you what. Carrig threw a ball to first base. I'd like to see what the velocity of that throw was. That was a rocket he just threw across the diamond. That one here in this ballpark, there's only one other shortstop I can remember doing something like that. And that was Sean Dunston.
High praise.
Oh my goodness, that was a rocket he just threw across the diamond.
Yeah, Carrig started the game in center field, now playing shortstop for the Rockies.
He might be closing here too.
So 1 away, man at first, the tying run at the plate, pinch hitter Michael Conforto, righty-lefty matchup. Vodnik deals, low and inside to Conforto. Fastball at 100 miles an hour, 1-0.
Counsey taking a shot right here with Conforto. He's hoping he can get the barrel on one and hit one up in that wind.
He's hit a lot of dramatic home runs this season. The 1-0, Conforto looks at a strike. Blazing 98-mile-per-hour heater from Vodnik, right along the outside edge, about knee-high. Shaw at first, being held on by Rumfield. 1 down. Conforto waits. Here's the 1-1. Another called strike, this time a changeup. 1-2.
Well, he's painted the outside corner with 2 pitches against Conforto.
Conforto pinch hitting for Dansby Swanson. Got 4 home runs this year in 97 at-bats. Vodnik's ready. The 1-2. Up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Crowd really quiet here at Wrigley Field. Shaw extends his lead off of first. The 2-2. Low and inside. Conforto has worked a full count.
Good at bat for Michael. He has not chased a couple pitches down and one in. And now he should get a ball to hit.
Now the crowd beginning to make some noise here at Wrigley Field. Full count. Shaw at first, one away. The payoff pitch. Conforto looks at ball 4 up high. And now the tying runs on base for the Cubs with just one away. And the Cubs offensive star tonight, Pete Crow Armstrong, will dig in.
Now Pete has already hit for the cycle. A homer in the first, a triple in the third, a double in the fifth, and a single in the seventh. Can we roll the clock right back to the home run? That wouldn't be bad.
Pete has a few multi-career home run games. Crow Armstrong becoming the 12th Cub in history to hit for the cycle. Just the 13th time it's happened in franchise history. Pitching coach Alon Leishman on the mound having a conversation with Vodnik and the catcher Brett Sullivan. The Rockies have a 4-2 lead over the Cubs. One away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. But the Cubs have the tying runs on base. Matt Shaw at second, Michael Conforto at first. And Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate. 4 for 4. Cycle tonight. Sullivan, the catcher, now in front of home plate, delivering signals to the rest of the Rockies infield. Crowd chanting PCA as Crow Armstrong digs in. Righty-lefty matchup. Vodnik is ready. The pitch. Pulled on the ground, foul. That one took a bite out of first base coach Jose Javier, who tried to skip out of the way. I think it hit him on...
Yeah, he just said that one got me. Yeah, it hit him on the inside foot or ankle. Yeah.
It's okay, though. Back in the box.
Easy for you to say.
0-1 the count. The pitch. High and outside to Crow Armstrong. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cubs down by 2. 2 on, 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning against the Rockies. Crow Armstrong waits for the 1-1. Vodnik delivers. High and outside, off the glove of the catcher, Sullivan rolling to the backstop, and both runners advance.
Now Vodnik there just overthrows this fastball, and it's way up high. Sullivan jumps for it, can't get to it. You know, and that's part of the issue with the catchers. When you're on a knee, you're really not mobile. So if the pitcher doesn't cork a wild throw, you can't really move, and it's exactly what happened.
4-2 Rockies men at second and third. The 2-1. Crow Armstrong fouls it back. 2-2. Shaw at third base, Conforto at second.
The infield is back, all but the third baseman.
Now time called by Crow Armstrong. Steps out of the box, adjusts his blue batting gloves.
Castro at third is fairly close to the bag at third base. And if the ball's hit to him, he would go home with it.
There's not a hotter hitter right now in a Cubs uniform than the man at the plate, Pete Crow Armstrong. The 2-2. And a line drive down the right field line. Racing over, making a sliding catch, Freeman. Tagging and coming in to score, Matt Shaw. And the Cubs a step closer. Sacrifice fly by PCA. It is now 4-3 Rockies here in the 8th. Conforto stays at second base.
Well, when this ball left the bat, I thought this was going to be extra bases. Freeman does a very good job of getting to this ball, slides, makes the catch, and then fires it into the infield. Very nice play.
So here's Alex Bregman. Tying run at second in Conforto. 2 away, the pitch. This is inside, a slider, 1-0.
Bregman with 2 hits in the ball game today. The last one was a bullet to right center.
4-3 Colorado. Bregman waits for the 1-0. Here it comes. It misses outside. 2-0. Righty-righty matchup. Vodnik, third base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Off the outside, 3-0. He missed with a 99-mile-per-hour heater. Conforto extends his lead off the second base bag. The 3-0. Low and outside, ball 4. Bregman heads to first. So now the Cubs have the tying and go-ahead runs on base here in the 8th inning. Michael Busch due up. And time called. Warren Schaefer, the Rockies manager, heads to the mound. He wants the baseball, and the Rockies are going to make a pitching change here with the game on the line. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Slow.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out, kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man.
Yeah.
That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, Can of Corn.
Easy fly ball.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans. And while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
It's not a game. Illinois.com. Reminder: walk is free. A DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. The new man on the mound for the Rockies is right-hander Juan Mejia. Cubs have a great opportunity here. They're down by 1 in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 away. But the tying and go-ahead runs on base. Michael Conforto at second base. Alex Bregman at first. And Michael Busch will dig in against Mejia.
2 outs here in the inning. Cubs need a big 2-out extra base hit from Michael Busch.
He's reached base 3 times tonight. Mejia looks at second and deals. And Busch takes a strike. Slow-moving breaking ball that floated into the zone. 0-1.
Bushy's been on base 3 times. He's 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch and 2 walks.
2 on, 2 away. A long set, now the 0-1. Busch swings and misses at a sweeper in the hole. 0-2.
Michael was sitting on that breaking ball there, and he had just got lucky, threw it a little low.
Busch calls time, steps out of the box, adjusts his red batting gloves, batting helmet, takes a practice swing, and now digs in. Righty-lefty matchup. Mejia, the right-hander, working on the first base side of the rubber. He peers in, 2 on, 2 away. Rockies up 4-3 here in the 8th. The 0-2. Low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Excellent take by Michael. That's a good, really good pitcher's pitch by Mejia. That's exactly where he wanted that pitch to end up, and Michael took it.
Wind blowing straight out at the moment here at Wrigley Field. Mejia sets. Busch waits. Here's the 1-2. Busch swings and misses. Strike 3. He chased a high fastball, and the Cubs leave 2.
Bob Engel thinks it's strike 3. Robert, you're thinking about that favorite restaurant. The count is 3-2. Houston players are leaving the field. The count should be 3-2. The most decisive second strike ever called. He's trying to keep from laughing and smiling. Whoops.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Calling somebody who will fight for you.
Diving stop at short by McGonigal. Pops up, throws, got him! Suzuki! And Sam makes the catch. The DOMO scoops, spin, one hop throw, beauty.
Riley covering some ground out left today.
PCA makes this line.
Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings. See southwest.com/WSJ.
A reminder to stay tuned for the Old National Bank Cubs radio postgame show, the official bank of the Cubs radio network. Top of the ninth here at Wrigley Field. Rockies 4, Cubs 3. The ninth inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Daniel Palencia now in the game to pitch this ninth for the Cubs. Edward Julien will lead things off for the Rockies. So a righty-lefty matchup. Now the pitch. Up high for ball one.
Valencia in the game just to throw up a 0. Obviously the Cubs closer, but just needs a 0 in this inning.
Julien looks at a pitch high and inside, 2-0. Cubs making some defensive changes. Pedro Ramirez stays in the game. He's now at second base. Nico Horner moves to shortstop. And Carson Kelly enters the game as the catcher. The 2-0 to Julien. Swing and a foul back. 2-1. Rockies taking the lead in the top half of the 8th inning on a 3-run home run by Cole Carrick. As Palencia works his motion. And here comes the 2-1 delivery to Edward Julien. First, though, time called by Julien. Palencia was letting time on the pitch clock run down. Four 4-3 Rockies here with no one out in the ninth. The 2-1. Up high, 3-1 now on Julien. Now Bregman drops back at third. The pitch. Julien, pop fly down the left field line, slicing foul out of play. 3-2.
Daniel's been all fastballs so far in this at bat. All right around 100 miles an hour.
Palencia works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. The payoff pitch. Inside to Julien. Ball 4.
Not exactly what Daniel was looking for. He tried to throw the fastball inside, just pulled it. And now I would anticipate Sullivan. Now he swings the bat pretty well, and he's left-handed against the right-handed Palencia, but I think they may try to bunt just to get an extra run. They're only up by 1 run here in the ninth.
Bregman playing on the infield grass at third. The pitch, he swings away and fouls it back 0-1.
He got a fastball to hit and just fouled it back.
Yeah, Kuhn, there was a game last week in Colorado at Coors Field, where Sullivan had 3 hits, including 2 home runs.
Oh, this guy can swing the bat, there's no doubt.
Man at first, no one out here in the 9th. 4-3 Rockies. A long set by Palencia. And the 0-1. High and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Palencia missing with a fastball. Pitching changes by the Cubs. Sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Palencia wipes off some sweat off his brow. Puts the ball in the glove, sets above the belt, works his motion and deals. Swinging a foul back by Sullivan, 1-2.
Sullivan got that fastball away. He was just trying to poke that ball past Bregman at third. That one had some heat on it, though. It's 100 miles an hour.
Now with 2 strikes, Bregman drops back, vacating the third base position. He's playing where shortstop normally would. Horner up the middle to the left of the bag. The pitch. Sullivan pops it up in front of us. Foul out of play. 1-2. Now, time called. Craig Counsell is walking out with trainer Herman Sunsin to take a look at Palencia.
Daniel just kind of clicked his left toe into the ground, and
so while they take a look at him, Kuhn, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score. The Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes talking Cubs afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Both Craig Counsell and trainer Herman Sunsin walking back to the Cubs dugout along the third base line. Apparently Palencia is okay. We are in the top of the 9th. Rockies leading the Cubs 4-3. No one out, a man at first, and Brett Sullivan at the plate with a 1-2 count.
Now Palencia staying in the game. Not quite sure what that was about. The only thing I saw was his left foot kind of hitting the ground with his toe, but he's staying in the game.
A long set, the 1-2. And a line drive down the left field line, slicing foul out of play. It did not have home run distance. 1-2 the count on Sullivan.
Palencia pretty methodical right now in his rhythm. Usually he's got a little quicker pace than this.
The pitch. High and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, you're right. He's very deliberate here in this 9th inning.
Yeah, he's taking his time. Not quite sure if he's got something going on or not.
The 2-2. Sullivan taps it foul at the plate. That time a slider from Palencia. But he's almost allowing the pitch clock to roll all the way down to 0 before releasing.
Shota did that a few times earlier today. He was, the clock could get started. He'd get down to 5 or 6 seconds, and he was in the set. Then he just hold the ball to 1.
Julian at first, being held on by Bush. 2-2 on Sullivan. Palencia deals. Goal, strike 3. Blazing fastball, 99 miles per hour. Sullivan's retired, 1 away.
Well, I'm not quite sure what Sullivan was looking for, but that one was center cut. Right down the middle at the knees. When a guy throws 100, I don't know if you can look for anything but.
Willie Castro digs in, switch hitter, now batting from the left side against his former teammate Palencia. He swings and pops it foul out of play off to the left. 0-1. Castro has reached base 3 times tonight, a couple of singles, a walk. He also struck out swinging in the 7th. Julian at first, 1 down. 0-1 the count on Castro. Palencia delivers. And Castro fouls it back off the screen, 0-2.
Well, Pat was talking about it earlier, Z, about the day Castro had yesterday. Today he's got 2 hits and a walk, and that last swing in a 100-mile-an-hour inside fastball was about as good as you're going to swing at that pitch.
Palencia takes a peek at first. That's where Julian is. And the 0-2. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Strike 3. Castro's gone 2 away.
Big pitch by Daniel as he threw one inside the pitch before. Castro had a good swing. Then he elevates this one, and Carson Kelly holds on to the foul tip.
So 2 away. Tyler Freeman will dig in. Right-handed batter against the right-hander Palencia. Julian at first, extending his lead. 4-3 Rockies with 2 away here in the top of the 9th. Palencia delivers. Freeman fouls it away, out of play, off to the right.
Cubs will have Suzuki, Happ, and Horner in the bottom of the 9th.
Another long set. The pitch. This is tap foul at the plate. 99-mile-per-hour heater. 0-2.
You know, when you throw as hard as Palencia throws, you get a lot of these crazy check swings.
Crowd making noise, trying to help Palencia get out of this inning unscathed. Man at first, 2 away. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Palencia gets Freeman with the slider. So he walks the leadoff man and strikes out the next 3. As our good friend Pat would say, fasten those seatbelts. We head to the last.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
Swing and a foul tip, and he's down on strikes. And there's the changeup. That's the 69th strikeout this year for Sanchez on the changeup. By far the most in Major League Baseball. Swing and a miss. He got it with a changeup.
Or that.
Yep, 3 strikeouts.
You see that circle change grip, and look at the movement on that thing. Clement thought that was going to be a strike. By the time it got the home plate, disappeared.
Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts in a row, 9 in the game for Sanchez.
I would have no chance against Christopher because he doubles up, triples up, velocity. I mean, it's just an unbelievable changeup right there.
Cut on and miss. That's 10 strikeouts for the 11th time in Sanchez's career.
That's what we're talking about, that changeup. Jimenez looking for something hard. He didn't get it.
Haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Bottom of the 9th inning here at Wrigley Field. Rockies 4, Cubs 3. Seiya Suzuki will lead things off for the Cubs here in the 9th. Juan Mejia, right-hander on the mound. Here's the pitch. And Seiya looks at a strike, a slow-moving breaking ball that clipped the zone 0-1.
Mejia with a good arm, but nothing like Palencia. He will mix in a lot of breaking balls in his repertoire of pitches here in the 9th.
Mejia misses inside with a changeup, 1-1. I say changeup, but it was clocked at 95 miles per hour. A 1-1 delivery. Seiya check swing at a sweeper off the outside. He did not offer. 2-1 the count.
Wind blowing out, hard still to center field. Any ball hit hard to the middle of the diamond's got a great chance going out of the park.
Seiya swings and misses at a 97-mile-per-hour fastball, 2-2. Suzuki 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. Right-handed batter hits out of a crouch. Waits for the right-hander Mejia to deal. The pitch. Seiya fouls it back off the screen. 2-2. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Suzuki waits for the 2-2 delivery. Here it comes. Up high. Suzuki has worked a full count.
Good take on the last breaking ball by Suzuki. That pitch was up.
Crowd making noise. Cubs down by 1 here in the bottom of the 9th. No one out. The payoff pitch. Up high. Ball 4. Suzuki draws a walk, and the Cubs have the tying run on base.
Nice at bat by Seiya. Did not chase the breaking ball away. Did not chase the fastball up. And now the Cubs leading home run guy, Ian Happ, at the plate.
Happ, a switch hitter, batting from the left side now against the right-hander Mejia. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Suzuki at first, Cubs down by 1. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike, a fastball from Mejia. 0-1.
Ian taking all the way. That was a breaking ball in the middle of the plate, somewhat at the top of the zone.
Happ waits for the 0-1. Here it comes. Chopped back to the mound, fielded by Mejia. He throws to second. Whoa, throw! It goes into center field. Advancing to third, Seiya Suzuki. And the Cubs in business. Men at the corners. No one out here in the 9th.
That's just a little dribbler in front of the mound. Mejia comes off to the first base side, fields this ball, and he's thinking double play. It's just a one-hopper. It's an easy ground ball to him. But he's thinking double play and rushes this. Instead of just getting one out, he tried to get 2 and throws it right into center field.
Errors by Cubs opponents, sponsored by North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com. 4-3 Rockies here in the bottom of the 9th. No one out. Cubs have the tying run on third base in Seiya Suzuki. The winning run, Ian Happ on first. Nico Horner due up. Pitching coach Alon Leishman on the mound now, talking to Mejia, the right-handed reliever.
Well, now if you're Nico, the one thing you've got to do is you've got to put this ball in play. If you hit a ground ball, even if it's a double play, it ties the game. Nico, not an easy guy to double up. Ideally, he'd get him a base hit.
Warner's 0 for 4 tonight. Couple of strikeouts, a flyout, and a groundout. Listen to the crowd here at Reagular.
They're playing in, and now the middle infield is going back just a little bit in case they can turn it 2. But they're going to try to throw home to get the out.
Men at the corners, Cubs down by 1 here in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch, high and tight to Horner. 1-0.
That was a purpose pitch to Nico just in case the Cubs were thinking of squeezing.
Righty-righty matchup. Mejia works on the first base side of the rubber. Horner waits. The 1-0 delivery is up high, ball 2. As Mejia misses with a fastball. Suzuki at third, Happ at first. Horner at the plate. The 2-0. Nico looks at a strike, a breaking ball, 2-1. Nico steps out of the box, adjusts his batting gloves and his batting helmet, and digs back in. The 2-1 offering. Inside, almost hit Horner. 3-1.
He's thrown 3 fastballs to Nico. The first one purposely up and in. These next 2 fastballs way inside, not even close.
The 3-1. Horner swings and fouls it out of play. Second deck off to the right. Full count.
Nico had a good swing at that 3-1 heater.
Suzuki at third, Happ at first. Cubs down by 1. Horner waits for the payoff pitch. Mejia deals. And Nico slaps it foul behind the plate off the netting to the right.
Pretty good pitch there. That's 3-2 slider away, and Nico just got a piece of it.
Crowd continuing to make noise as Horner waits for the 3-2 delivery. Mejia delivers. Way outside. Ball 4. And the Cubs have now loaded the bases. Again, no one out here in the bottom of the ninth.
Boy, and this is all on Mejia. He walked Suzuki to start the inning, then threw a ball on a routine out into center field, and now walks Horner.
And that'll be all for Mejia. Pedro Ramirez is due up, but manager Warren Schaefer is going to make a pitching change here with the game on the line. Rockies with a 4-3 lead over the Cubs here in the bottom of the ninth inning, but the Cubs have the...
We're talking about power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crown fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
Good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody gonna take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it. Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go Placata right now on the field just because I held this batter, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need it back?
To get back?
Okay, you can continue talking.
Right, and you're just going to hold on to it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hammer and Hank became baseball's all-time home run king.
Hank Aaron flipped the bat, pointed to the outside, and said, Placata.
Every single Triple Crown winner has been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it looks pretty good for me. Just saying.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Seth Halverson is the new Rockies pitcher. 17 games this season, a 3.31 ERA. Game on the line here in the bottom of the ninth, Coom. Rockies up 4-3. Cubs have the bases loaded with no one out, and Pedro Ramirez due up.
And here you go. Here, we're up by a run, but bases loaded, no out in front of 40,000 here at Wrigley Field. Go get them.
Ramirez entered the game as a pinch hitter in the eighth and singled. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Halverson. Bases loaded. Cubs down by one. No one out here in the ninth. The pitch. In there for a strike, fastball clocked at 99 miles per hour.
Well, I like that Ramirez is just taking that first pitch. He's going to make sure Halverson was going to throw a strike. Now the at-bat starts for Ramirez.
Halverson works on the third base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Inside to Ramirez. A 100-mile-per-hour heater. 1-1. Suzuki, the tying run at third. Happ, the winning run at second. Horner's at first base. No one out here in the ninth. Cubs down one. Ramirez waits. Here's the 1-1. It's low. 2-1.
Love the at-bat by Ramirez so far. Very calm. There's no nervousness, no nervous look about him at all at home plate.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Outside, it's 3-1, and there's nowhere to put Ramirez.
Now this pitch from Halverson's got to split the plate. He's got to aim right down the middle. See if Ramirez puts a charge in one.
Ramirez waits. Here's the 3-1. He swings line drive to left. Base hit. Suzuki comes home and ties up the game. Pedro Ramirez delivers. Listen to this crowd at Wrigley Field. 4-4 Cubs and Rockies here in the bottom of the ninth. And no one out.
Great at-bat by Ramirez. He did not give in. He was calm. He got the count to 3-1 and then tried to hook one Just go ahead and serve one over to left. Excellent swing. One more swing in the back. Cubs can win a ball game.
Matt Shaw at the plate. And Shaw looks at a slider low. 1-0 the count. Can the Cubs walk it off for a 9th time this year? Bases loaded, no one out. The pitch is low. 2-0.
Then you look at the Cubs base runners, all but Ian, staying real close to the bag. The last thing you want is something to happen where, you could get a crazy triple play.
Infield in for the Rockies. Game tied at 4. The 2-0. Shaw swings and pops it foul out of play off to the right. 2-1.
What an at-bat by Ramirez. Talk about a guy who hasn't been in the league long at all. And that is a big-time at-bat in front of 40,000 people.
Ramirez at first, Horner at second, Happ the winning run at third. 2-1 the count on Shaw. No one out here in the 9th. Tie ball game. Halverson's ready. The kick and pitch. Check swing at a pitch up high. On appeal, no swing, and it's now 3-1. And the crowd going wild here at Wrigley Field. There's nowhere to put Matt Shaw. Game on the line. Halverson sets at the belt. Here's the 3-1. Way outside. Ball 4. Cubs walk it off again. They beat the Rockies 5-4. Ian Happ scores. Coom, the Cubs have done it again.
Cubs mobbing Matty Shaw. They got the bucket of gum bucket on his head. Great comeback victory for the Chicago Cubs. Great at-bats here in the 9th. A couple key walks, an error, and an incredible at-bat by Ramirez. And then Matty Shaw does not chase the 3-1 pitch, and the Cubs win a ball game walk-off fashion. What did we have? 1, 2, 3 walks in the 9th inning here to win a ball game.
A walk-off walk by Matt Shaw in a season of walk-offs for the Cubs. That's the 9th time they've done it this year. They come from behind and beat the Rockies 5-4 in the opener of this 3-game set. And it is time to fly the W. Sponsored by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Chicago Cubs.
I think we got a new pitcher for Matt Shaw's baseball card. Outstanding ball game for the Cubs. I know we got Bruce Levine waiting